Okay, welcome to today on the McDonCast.
No, I want to do the intro.
Okay,
Tucker,
whatever,
shut up.
do the intro.
Hi, everybody.
Alright, welcome to today on the McDonCast. We've got lots of gaming news. We got a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. We got
another one?
We got a PS5 event. Yeah, they keep them like every week now. I don't know.
Jim Carrey's Joe Biden.
We got Jim Carrey. We got some other movie things going on and some Apple news because they're the only people that make tech news now, I guess, other than graphics card manufacturers, and that's not as interesting.
What about Microsoft?
What's the last thing you remember Microsoft doing?
Xbox.
Exactly. And when was the last time they had an event for that?
We talked about it like a week ago.
Yeah, that's under game. Okay. Alright, so starting us off, we had the Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy PS5 trailer. We had a new FNAF game confirmed for PS5. Final Fantasy
on actual consoles now?
Put what on? They've always had them on consoles. No, but they ported them to consoles. Yeah, the other ones ported to consoles. Pretty sure they didn't just stay on the iPhone forever.
They were on PC.
Yeah, exactly. So they went on other things. I thought it was ported to Xbox.
Do people still play those games?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure. Let me check, but I'm pretty sure you can get it on the Microsoft Store.
Oh, they're coming in November, 1 through 4 to consoles.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Is it coming to
That's
Switch?
not.
Mhm.
That's not the biggest news.
All right.
Anyway,
Final Fantasy 16 confirmed. None of us play that, I don't think.
I think this one's gonna be. So, Final Fantasy VII Remake was a timed exclusive for PS4. I think this is also going to be a timed exclusive for about a year. So,
Yeah, I'm
if
pretty
you
sure.
like Final Fantasy, you're gonna have to get a PS5.
Or just skip this one.
They were probably already getting a PS5 anyway.
That's cool.
All right. We got God of War Ragnarok teaser trailer thing.
Well, trailer.
Trailer in quotes because it just said Ragnarok is coming and showed us a picture of an Omega sign, which is not even a Norse thing. So that's cool.
Very cool.
We got more information on Resident Evil and Miles Morales. Neither of which are going to be available at launch for the PS5. So
Strange. I think
yeah, the only launch titles they confirmed to be PS5 exclusive is like it was like one game called like Super like Explosion.
Let me,
something. It was like two games that was completely.
Oh
separate.
yes, I know what you're talking about. I believe it was Demolition All Stars and Demon Souls remake, and those are both okay. Along with those, first party games for the next gen of systems will be $70 now.
That's not expensive.
So
Not at all.
If you guys loved spending your money on games that were half complete and then you had to spend $30 for DLC for, good
They
for
can
you.
keep doing that.
Great.
Patrick is
Slow
very
news
upset.
All
week.
right. Yes, we got the price reveals for the PS5. So
Well, hang on. Let's. I believe we
that's the
have
next thing on the list.
all the launch titles for the PS5.
All right, you read that. I'm gonna go fix that camera.
Was it messed
It's
up?
just crooked.
Okay. Hi everybody. All right. So let me make sure this is up to date. Yes, yesterday. All right. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Astra's Playroom, Demon Souls, Destruction All Stars, Devil May Cry 5, Fortnite, Godfall, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Observer System Redux, and Sackboy: A Big Adventure.
But only two of those are exclusive.
Miles Morales is. Sackboy is.
No, the only ones that are exclusive at launch, like that you can play when you buy it, are the Demolition All Stars and Demon Souls.
Just his launch games.
But they're not coming out on the same
that's
day.
true. Okay, so Spider-Man Miles Morales is also coming to PS4 apparently,
Yeah.
and it's going to have the entirety of the original Marvel Spider-Man game also in there.
Wait, but only for the PS4 version or for both versions?
Both. And then
That's awesome. Why would anyone buy the original game now?
well, the original game's only like $20 right now, and that's with the DLC.
Well, yeah, but it's been $20 for like 2 years.
Again, Sony Xbox games usually go on set like always
On sale,
selling
like, really
price,
fast,
like a
yeah.
month after.
Sony makes some good things.
Sony makes good games, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, so we got the price reveals. So it's $4.99 for the version with the disc drive, and it's $3.99 for the all digital.
How much was the Xbox Series X?
The Series X was also $500. The Series S was $300.
So the S is $100 cheaper than the
Digital
version of the PS4.
But the thing about the digital edition of the PS5 is that unlike the Series S,
The only difference is no disc drive.
meaning that disc drives on modern systems cost $100.
But really, the only difference.
No, they don't. They cost you $100.
No, really, the only difference between the Series X and the Series S, though, is not being able to do 4K on the Series S, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, well,
it has a worse version of ray tracing.
I believe it was about
it's
as
still
powerful.
ray tracing.
I believe the Series S was about as powerful as the current Xbox is right
Current
now.
Xbox loads stuff.
No, it's more
slow.
powerful.
It's more powerful, but it's not.
Because it has the new SSD.
And it has the new SoC.
Yeah, it has better. It's better than the current Xboxes. And especially if you're doing like the Xbox One program.
Sometimes
like
I just
really
don't.
good.
Why do consoles in general load things so slowly?
Because up until now they had hard drives still. They just now got SSDs.
Wow.
Except for the Switch. The Switch had a SSD at launch.
Does?
That's why on the Switch.
SSDs were available definitely available when the Xbox One came out.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
original Xbox One.
Well, no, like the Switch. That's why when you turn on the Switch and like you load up Breath of the Wild, it loads in like 7 seconds. Because like,
And then
you can go from the home screen to opening up a game to playing the game.
you try to
in,
play
like 30
Fallen
seconds.
Order on an Xbox, and it takes like 30 seconds
That's
for
true, it takes a
load
while.
screens in between stuff.
But load screens are virtually gone with the new generation. That's
About
cool.
time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're paying $10 extra for that no load screen. So,
Yep, good for
oopsie doopsie.
good for us.
So,
All right.
that's cool.
And they got an official release date for November 12th.
Which I believe is the same day as Xbox launch date. Let me check.
You know what? It doesn't matter when they come out. People are just gonna buy the one they want.
Yeah,
Well,
but it's about
That's true.
the stock availability. 'Cause
Okay.
apparently also, this was a rumor that Sony said isn't true, but a bunch of other people said was true. But apparently Sony was having some like manufacturing shortages because of COVID. So
It makes sense that they would both have
They were
manufacturing.
planning on flying consoles over from like China to meet the U.S. demand at launch.
Good for him. Yeah, I know they're pre-orders. Like, they ran out of pre-orders.
Yeah,
or something.
because a bunch of people use bots to just buy like a bunch of pre-orders.
Thanks, scalpers.
Now you can sell them for more than they're actually worth.
And then when they tried to resell them on eBay, a bunch of other people made bots to ruin the eBay bids to make them lose money by like bidding the highest and then canceling their bid, so that it cost whoever was putting it on eBay a bunch of fees.
That's awesome. Good for them. But so the Series X, the Xbox, will launch 2 days before the PS5 does. So they got 2 days of advantage on.
Sony should just move theirs up 3 days, and then they'll be 1 day ahead.
We're coming out on Monday night. But more gaming. Nintendo is back.
With another
Partner
partnership.
showcase.
They
this
should
time
have
with
just
real
had-
content.
They
though.
should have just had a real direct like a month ago.
And they
They could have put all this stuff.
in just one event.
They could have put all this stuff, the Mario stuff and the Pikmin stuff, into a real direct. It just
Yeah.
had to be like an hour long, like a regular direct.
How
Instead of
long
all
was
these,
this
like,
one?
It was like 10 minutes.
It was another mini, so it was another partner showcase. It was about 10 minutes long.
And then they had a Dragon Hunter direct, like
Okay,
or
no, they're
Monster Hunter
going
direct, like
to.
a little bit after that.
But so there was stuff actually announced this time. Well, there was like 2 or 3 things. So Monster Hunter Rise, which is going to be a new Monster Hunter game,
yeah,
is coming to the Switch next year, as well as Monster Hunter Stories 2. I think that's like
that one actually looks kind of cool.
that's like the little like
It's like
chibi animated
a more
one.
anime version.
Yeah. Rune Factory 5, which is an RPG, is coming to Switch.
Woo!
Sniper Elite 4 is coming to Switch.
I'm pretty sure it's an iPhone game.
Yeah.
More
Sounds like one.
more RPGs are coming.
I can't wait for Disagia.
Disagia 5 and Disagia.
Disagia.
I don't know how to say this. You
Looks
can
like
look this up.
Disc
The Ori collection is actually
Yes,
looks
so
really
Ori, Will of the Wisps, and Ori the Blind Forest, which were 2 of Xbox's like only real video games they've made the
good.
past
And
7 years.
they're both really good.
They're both really good games, and they're both on Switch now.
So get a Switch.
So get a Switch. You don't need the Xbox. Just throw it out your window.
You don't need that SSD. You don't need the ray tracing. You need Animal Crossing.
You need Animal Crossing and you need Mario 35.
That's it. You get those two.
All,
you're
the
good.
only 2 video games you ever need.
PC with your terabyte. Nah,
What
shut
do
up.
what happens in Mario 35? Like, what do they do?
So it's like, do you remember Tetris 99 when that came out? So, in a similar fashion to that, you're up against 35 other. It's not 99, but it's 35 other people. And every enemy you land on gets teleported to another person's game, and it's a last man standing.
Mario Fortnite.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Mario
it actually looks,
Kart.
and it's free. It's free
Oh,
if you have
free?
Nintendo Switch Online, so it's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Nintendo Switch Online is actually, I'd say it's actually worth the price, especially compared to the other consoles online.
Why can't they just
things.
do online for free?
They used to.
But now we can charge you $20 to play your game online.
But I mean, if you look at what you get with Nintendo Online compared to what you get with like Xbox
but when
Live
you get
Gold,
Xbox or PS4 online, you can play
sure
the
you
game.
get dedicated servers.
No,
But
you can play the game without it looking like a silent film that's moving. at stop
sure,
motion.
you get dedicated servers. But you also, with the Switch, you also get, both of the like NES and SNES.
You have to shake
catalogs.
the Subway bag right into the microphone back.
It's his contribution.
You get SNES and NES games, like almost all, at least all the ones you actually care about. You get, a bunch of like little like DLC snippets for other games. Like you get some Smash Bros. Content, you get some Animal Crossing content, you get a free Kirby game, you get a free Tetris
an
game,
Animal
you get a free
Crossing
Mario
rug.
game. No, they added more stuff. If you go back and read, there's more stuff.
One of them is just a rug. But
So yeah, I mean, what do you get with Xbox Live Gold?
You can,
don't
you can
get Game
play
Pass?
online.
what do you?
No,
I think
that's
you
only
get
for
Game Pass.
Xbox Ultimate.
Don't they give you like a free game every once in a while?
Maybe. I don't know.
They've had Xbox Live since 2002. They were the first ones to do it.
The first ones to charge a
They're
premium
ruining
on
Charge you
using
for
the
something
internet.
that cost them nothing.
Well, have you seen Tesla's new subscription service where you have to subscribe to their
What do they
subscription
mail you
service
with
to
Tesla
use
every
your
month?
heated seats that you already bought?
It's like so
There's
if you
gotta
want
be a way to just like
so
turn
if you
that
want
off.
if you want to enable the heated
You can
seats-
jailbreak your Tesla car and enable all the stuff.
Yeah, why would you not
Really?
just do that?
Yeah, there's a couple people that have done it already.
It's a
that
machine.
probably definitely
Like,
voids the warranty.
Yeah, that's the problem. Well, you can jailbreak because like they also lock certain speeds behind their subscription service.
What?
if you want to go this fast.
You have to pay
this month.
this pass. Yeah.
That seems like
That's
not
like-
fair at all.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
They build all the cars exactly the same, and then they like unlock features with payments.
Pretty much.
Okay, why would I
So
not just get a car?
It would cost them nothing to enable it for everyone.
There's been seat warmers in cars since like 2010.
It's standard.
It's just standard at this point. What do they do? What do they think people are gonna buy that? I'm already.
Well, BMW's starting to do it too.
Well, I don't think it's not a subscription service. Isn't it like a one-time unlock?
You
fee?
pay them monthly.
No, it's
to
a
do it.
subscription service.
What are the speeds?
I don't know if the Tesla one is, but I know the BMW one is.
The Tesla one, I don't
Wait,
The
think.
new
what do you-
BMW is an actual.
The Tesla
subscription
one is
service.
like if you want to unlock this level of autonomous driving, you pay this fee once. It's not like recurring payments.
Well, see, the autonomous driving makes a little more sense to me because it's actually connecting to servers.
And they put so much
you're
R
paying-
they put so much R&D into making like self.
Yeah,
you
but
put
there's
no
no
R&D
R&D
in
in
here.
Yes,
Seahorse.
they have connectivity connectivity packages.
I thought that just allowed you to like play games on it.
The only thing that
Or
you
allows you
no,
to
no, no.
like use YouTube.
The only thing that you get when you just buy the car is the navigation thing. For live traffic
I'd
visualization,
rather you charge
satellite
for the
view
navigation.
maps, video streaming,
Charge
music
for the
streaming, and
navigation.
internet browsing, you need to pay the premium subscription.
Is that monthly or is that you just buy it?
I think that's monthly.
It says subscription. Subscription is recurring. How much is it?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're saving money. You don't have to get oil changes. You don't have to get all these other. Like,
Yeah, but that usually goes into the upfront cost of the car because the car is also much more expensive than a sort of like equally specced out.
But you
gas-powered car.
don't have to pay as much for energy than you do have for gas, and you don't have to pay for oil changes and whatnot. So like the upkeep over a long period of time is cheaper. And now
True, but it's also gonna get outdated software.
Do they-
wise.
Okay,
they
so
give it to you
for
like
the
for a
seat,
certain
okay,
amount when you
so
get
I
the car?
don't think it's a subscription. I'm looking at this. So I think it's according to this You pay $300 and you get the seat warmers and stuff.
It's $300.
It's $300.
But all that
For
hardware
what?
is already built into the car. You're just paying to use it.
I know, and what else? It better unlock
That's
something
like-
else pretty freaking cool for $300.
Better freaking
It's
take
better
off.
You're paying. You're.
sprout wings and take off into
I'm a
the air.
freaking.
They're making.
Agents a shield car. This thing better be flying around.
They're making you pay for the car that you already bought. Like that's so stupid and unfair.
You're just paying to use the parts of it that you
That's
already
already
own.
in it.
Yeah,
That's
it's built into the
enabled
car. Why would I
software.
not just like?
Yeah, but there's a couple companies that will jailbreak Teslas for you. For
Obviously.
That's
For
like
40
stealing
40
someone's
bucks way
stuff.
cheaper than paying $300
Yeah.
for seat
No,
warmers.
that's
But
like
the problem is like if they add a new feature via an update, you'd either have to pay them to jailbreak it again, or you just wouldn't be able to update your
What
car.
are they gonna add?
When
They add stuff
they
all
do
the time.
software
Now it's
updates all the
$400.
time.
Like none of them used to have autonomous driving. That was an update.
Alright, let's Tesla
Anyway, back to the gaming.
warmer.
So
We're
Mario
having a good conversation.
3D All Stars came out this week. We haven't had a chance to play it yet. But something I did find funny was that people are already doing the scalper thing where they bought a bunch of the physical copies off and then sold them on eBay for $500.
Okay, wait. Here's what I think. I think
Okay,
they enable the front seats by default, but if you want rear seat warmers, you have to pay extra.
That's so dumb.
Heated seats upgrade now available.
Dude, whatever happened with the Apple car?
I'm pretty sure when
Is that still in?
I'm pretty sure when
development?
people just saw those, it was actually the car that was just mapping the streets for Apple Maps.
No, it wasn't like there was a bunch of like document leaks and stuff. There was a project they had in the works.
Apple car. It's like the Tesla, but now it's $78 million.
It'd be cool if they partnered with Tesla to make like an Apple edition Tesla, and then it would be like $5,000.
But they hate each other. Tesla and Apple hate each other.
Well, they can suck it up.
The project was canceled.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the Apple glasses?
They're coming out. They're happening.
When are those coming out?
Possibly October, but probably later.
No, that's not coming out. There's no way.
I
They
bet
would have announced it never been.
hang
AirPods
on.
Studio will probably come out October. All the iPhones will come out. They
Okay,
need
never
stuff.
mind. Apple
Probably
is
Apple
working-
TV.
We'll save that for the tech.
Apple TV.
Yeah.
probably.
Apple is working on an Apple car that will launch between 2023 and 2025.
Apple's not releasing a car.
Apple. Are
No,
you
there's
kidding
been
me?
rumors about it.
They're
for the last
releasing a
couple
credit card. I mean, they have no restrictions on what they're.
years. Well, their
gonna
credit
do.
card's been out for a couple of years now.
I know, but it's like
Apple doesn't have the infrastructure to make a car.
yeah,
Well,
they,
sure they do. They're worth more
Dude,
than every other
they own
company.
like all the Chinese sweatshops. They have plenty of
But
children
you would have
who
to
will do it
ship
for
all
them.
of them to the U.S., which is really expensive for cars.
So they'll just
They'll
buy
charge-
a factory
Dude.
in Texas.
No. They're gonna.
They'll have to make like
Patrick,
a really secret
That's why
factory.
Patrick. That's why the cars are gonna cost like $4 million.
Is it gonna be like?
It's gonna be $1 million.
Is it gonna be
It's
like
gonna
a,
be $1 million.
It's gonna be like a gimmicky type thing, like
No, it'll be.
It'll
a
be
thing
like
for
a
only
Tesla,
like
rich
but
just
it'll
for
be all
status.
Like
Yeah.
imagine a Tesla car, like the Tesla, but you know how it has like a little tiny grill and like any gaps anywhere. Like the Apple car will just be a pill. It'll just be a smooth round
for the
ball.
for the Apple car, I bet it will be like really underperform. Like the performance will be way less than a Tesla, but it will cost like way more.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll have like it'll work with your Apple Fitness Plus. So
It
you
will-
can get your workout in while it's autonomously driving.
It will
around.
go like 200
No,
miles.
you can
and then
hook
just
up your
stop.
Apple Play to
no.
it.
Again, their big selling point is gonna be it's gonna work with the Apple ecosystem. You can use
So do
Siri.
BMWs now.
You can use Siri to drive you places. She's unreliable now, but just wait till she's driving you to Walmart.
Just wait, she'll get better. Like
Trust
Apple
this
Maps,
guy.
even, with all the advancements that Apple Maps has made, even now, it'll still like it'll take you to where you want to go, but it'll do it in a really stupid way. So like where you could just turn in and go somewhere, it'll have you like route like around.
I
15
found
other
Apple
buildings
Maps to
the
be
same
really
place.
reliable now.
It's way better
it's-
than it used to be.
it-
Well,
yeah.
when it launched, it was terrible. They
It
had
was
to
the
like
worst
stop.
thing ever.
They launched it and then they stopped it.
yeah,
Yeah.
they had to take
No,
it out.
it's a lot more reliable now, but like I've had still like 1 or 2 times where like
Didn't people get killed using Apple Maps because it took
Probably.
them,
yeah, like I was doing DoorDash like a couple weeks ago, and like the apartment I was at the stop, like the apartments I was trying to get to were literally right here. All I had to do was turn, and Apple Maps wanted me to go all the way around, make a U-turn, then go in. I was like, why? There's no reason for
There's
that.
an entrance right there. I'm just gonna do that one.
Anyway, we can talk more about that when we get to the
Please
tech
drive
section.
to Kentucky, to Alabama, fly to New York City, buy a new car, and drive back to the neighborhood you're already in to get to your destination.
Go buy an Apple Watch at your
Apple
local
Maps can
Apple
only
store.
get you this far. Please open Google Maps.
Pay $300 to unlock Apple Maps Plus.
Why hasn't Google made a car?
They make Google cars.
Well, because they have the most advanced mapping infrastructure on Earth and the most powerful AI infrastructure.
and also the most
You know what?
money.
They should
on
just
Earth.
sell it to someone else. Like, let someone else license it.
They don't need a car. Why would they make a car?
They don't need a car.
No, but they have the best. They have like pretty much the best AI in the business, at least right now.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're good at making cars.
No, but that means that they can, like, in terms of self-driving cars, they can make a really good software for like.
No,
a-
but
Tesla is so far ahead of
No,
everyone
okay, but
else.
Google.
but that's because they're the only ones trying.
Yeah.
Okay, but Google.
Nobody else is even trying.
The reason Apple can like set up the stuff to make a car and then like manufacture it and build like the
They're only gonna make like
and build
200 of them.
and build all the plants and stuff is because they're gonna charge again. They're gonna charge $1 million for each car.
No, I don't think they're gonna do it because remember they just said like recently that they're doing like all their economic like their
Yeah,
eco stuff.
but Google
You
always.
get the Apple car, but you don't get the charger.
But Google usually charges like reasonable prices for most of their tech, so they don't want to build all that stuff
Well, yeah, because they.
and then
Did you
charge
see the
actual
Pixel
price.
book?
Yeah, I said
$1,000.
No, it
most
was
of the
600. It was
time.
600.
No, it's $1,000.
It was $1,000.
Oh,
It still is.
I was talking about the Pixel Book Go, which was better and only 600.
But it had no power.
it had an i5.
Only if you got the upgraded version.
No,
The
the
base
standard was
model-
i5 and then it went to i7.
I feel like no
But they
device
weren't
that
like
runs-
they weren't like the normal series ones.
No
They were,
device
like,
that runs
way
Chrome
underpowered.
OS should
I mean,
be
you don't
worth
really. Yeah, you don't
$500.
need anything more powerful than like a Pentium.
If you've
to
seen
run
reviews of it, like it barely loads stuff. It's really slow.
It's a Chromebook.
Yeah.
Chromebooks are just
Chromebooks are babies.
It did have like the best keyboard for a while though.
Chromebook.
till
what is
Apple
it?
like made their keyboards actually good.
Until
now.
Apple went back to their old keyboard.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Never
a hybrid.
mind, we suck at this.
The keys are really stable and
So if you want a 512 gigabyte drive with 16 gigabytes of RAM on your Pixel Book, it's $1,700.
Is that for the Go or for the Pixel?
This is for the normal one.
Okay, do the Go is the better one.
Google Pixel Book.
but
Go.
it's so underpowered. It has like no RAM.
That one's about $700.
That's still overpriced.
Well, they have a bunch of different. They have a 64 gigabyte, a 256 gigabyte.
64 gigabytes.
Why would you need
Uh,
256
in a
drive.
Chromebook.
Drive.
Oh, like in Google Drive storage?
I think so. And then RAM. They have 8 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes of RAM. Those are the two.
I mean,
The
it
one
is
with
around-
the one with 16 gigabytes of RAM is $1,400.
That's dumb.
Yeah, so
Anyways.
those are unnecessarily expensive. But back to the Mario thing I mentioned 5 minutes ago. So all the scalpers bought them, selling them on eBay for $500, and I'm just like, it's on the eShop.
You can
If I
literally
want
get
it, I'll just buy it digitally. Like no one cares enough for like.
No,
a
I mean, but it's a
box.
collector's item.
But no one's gonna pay $500 for a box that they're gonna be able to buy for another 9 months.
Yeah, I mean, we should just go to Walmart. They'll have them at Walmart.
They'll have them.
What's next on the docket?
TV time. It's TV time.
We're already at TV time.
Yeah. There wasn't a lot of
We're
gaming news,
blowing
just
through.
prices.
Well, there was. We just didn't talk about it because we didn't care about it.
Okay.
And this
TV.
week there was way more tech stuff than there was.
Is there a
game stuff.
video of Jim Carrey as Joe Biden?
No, he's only been cast.
He's just been cast. He hasn't played yet.
So
Alec Baldwin was
He's
Trump.
coming back too, I think.
Yeah, he's always gonna come back. He'll never.
What has SNL
His
been on like
impression is
hiatus?
so bad.
It's
I-
so bad.
Like-
Trump is one of the most easy guys to impersonate, but no one can do a good Trump impression.
Yeah.
He's got like really obvious like
He has, yeah.
quirks.
He's a very, like, he is very much unique in the way that he talks and the way that he moves.
Like
Yeah.
and
at
he
the end
does
of
things.
at the end of phrases, his voice like goes up or
Yeah.
at
And
statements.
Alec
And
Baldwin-
everyone's impression is always just like, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
And they
try
still-
harder.
They still do that. Like, they're still stuck in Orange Man bad comedy.
Yeah.
And it's like, we get it. Small hands. Find another joke, please.
do it for
There's
5
so many,
years.
There's so much material when it comes to Trump.
Yeah.
He's been
And they
president
don't
for
see-
4 years, and you still stuck on the tiny hands thing. That was from before the election even happened.
I'm orange.
I don't know if you knew this, but my hands are tiny and my hair is orange. Okay.
I don't. Do they even think it's funny?
I'm
Like
sure-
when Alec
I'm sure they're
Baldwin walks
cracking
into the
up.
makeup chair, they take out the big bucket of orange paint, and they're like,
It's just no, they just have a
hilarious.
bag of Cheetos and they just like puff it in his face and then throw him on stage.
You're ready.
You're ready to go.
No, but he's wearing like goggles.
Man, this election would have been so much funnier if Bernie was the person he was running against?
Yeah.
Like, imagine the SNL skits where it was like, because the guy, whoever, I don't remember who it was, but whoever was doing the Bernie impersonation,
He was so good.
that was perfect.
So good.
That was by far the best one that they
That
had
was
going
Larry
on.
David.
Yeah, he was
so
perfect
good
as Bernie.
Oh.
Meanwhile, they have Alec Baldwin, the worst. Just the worst.
He's just
Person.
a terrible person in general.
Everyone hates him. There's a reason that he's doing Boss
Didn't he
Baby
molest
2.
some kid or something?
Probably.
Maybe that's
He's
why
in
he's
Hollywood.
Trump.
Everyone has. So, away from SNL news.
Jim Carrey looks nothing like Joe Biden.
No, he doesn't.
He's not old. He's not funny.
No, I don't know what they're gonna do. I think he'll figure it out. I think they obviously cast him
Who
for
was
a
the
reason.
first guy that? Well, the first guy they had is Joe Biden sucked.
No, he was
so bad.
It was Woody Harrelson, I think, in
I don't
when they
remember
did
who it
the
was.
primary stuff. Yeah.
I saw who was Will Ferrell playing? Will Ferrell was playing someone too.
Was he?
Yeah.
I thought he was just the question guy.
I don't think so.
No, because remember whenever they were doing like the jokes for the debates, like every time they panned to Will Ferrell, he was like, and that was like the joke. But I don't remember who he was supposed to be impersonating.
Let me look it up.
Who was he? He was. Oh, wasn't he Tom Steyer?
Yeah, he was Tom
Was
Steyer.
he Tom Steyer?
Yeah,
Okay, so.
Tom Steyer.
I completely forgot he even ran.
Everyone remembers Tom
And
Steyer.
and he was like, I am against billionaires, and everyone was like, but you billionaire, and he's like,
I'm
yes.
against you.
He's like, yes, you are correct.
Moving on.
Next thing. All right.
So, big news. The thing that Patrick has been waiting for
my big news.
for
weeks.
months. The Mandalorian trailer came out, and it was exactly what I expected.
It was perfect. It was the exact right amount of stuff that I didn't want to know.
It had the perfect amount of cool stuff to keep you watching the trailer,
but nothing.
but not
like
enough for you
important.
to know anything that happens
Exactly.
in the show.
That's how you know
I'm,
they did it right.
I'm
'Cause
extraordinarily.
I don't feel spoiled, but I feel like
Yeah.
I want
Now,
more.
I am kind of surprised that the bad guy is still stormtroopers, because I thought maybe we could have a different bad guy.
It's still Moff Gideon.
It's
so,
Moff Gideon,
Yeah. I think.
which I think is cool. I love Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
no, Moff Gideon's super cool. I'm just tired of
Yeah.
Empire being
Well,
the
no,
bad
but
guy.
it's just like I don't think it's really Empire.
I think we'll
anymore.
have
I think
it-
it's Moff Gideon's like group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
they just wear stormtrooper.
They
armor.
look like the Empire. They move like the Empire. They walk and talk like the Empire.
And he still wears the
It's the
Empire.
Empire.
I think
uniform.
by
Yeah,
next.
exactly.
I think by next season we'll.
I
Have
hope
a new
season
one.
Okay,
we
but
have something
this
new.
is only 6 months after the end of the Empire, so it makes sense that they're still there.
I think
Yeah.
what they're gonna be I think what they're gonna like tease throughout the season and will lead into season 3 is like maybe the villain next season will be like
I think they're
some
gonna go
ancient
into the,
enemy of the Mandalorians that'll come back and
I
they'll
think
just,
like Jedi or something.
yeah, it would be the Jedi.
no,
I think it would.
there's
be,
no Jedi. It's
I think
just
they'll go
Luke.
into the foundings of the First Order.
No,
No,
'Cause that's gonna intersect.
No.
because we already know how the foundings of the First Order happened.
they're not gonna let him. Do
We know
anything
them
with
only
First
from
Order.
the
Emperor
books,
Palpatine was just like, "Hey, meet me in outer space," and they were like, "Yeet," and that
They're
was
not
it.
gonna. They're not gonna do anything with them.
Hmm.
They're gonna try to stay as far away from the sequels as
Well,
they
I bet Moff Gideon will be done after this season.
can.
After this season.
Don't kill him.
Yeah, he'll be dead.
Plus, the actor's too expensive.
Yeah.
But he's so good.
He's good. He's in The Boys too. He's the like evil owner of the company or whatever.
He's
Yeah,
the
he was in
perfect.
Breaking Bad,
he's
too.
the perfect actor for Moff Gideon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the perfect actor for secret villain. They only reveal at
He's
the
in
end
the
of
new
season.
Far Cry game.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, he's
That-
in Far Cry
That
6.
season finale though was so good.
That was with the dark saber.
When he popped out from the
Bro.
TIE fighter. And Mandalorian's the only series where they land the TIE
Oh.
fighters correctly.
Yeah, we've never seen them. Well,
They
no,
filmed-
because like we've seen them in other movies. Like in Rebels, they land and they're just like
Okay, well, no.
and they have to use ladders.
no,
to
that
get
was a
there.
special version of the TIE Fighter that does that.
Yeah,
Does
well, it's
the
way
wing fold.
cooler.
it makes way more
Well,
sense
they
because you
couldn't-
can actually get in and out
Well,
of
in
it.
all the
without a
original
ladder.
movies, they couldn't do that because the models didn't bend.
Yeah.
They didn't have. If they would have
Yeah.
bent like that, they would have had actual physical joints
In
that
the
they would have
models,
had
yeah,
to
it was too
bend
expensive.
on.
But now it looks cool.
Well, now we
Well,
can.
and we never
with
see them-
CGI.
And you think if they could land like that after the Empire, like they would have been able to do that for the first.
But you
Order,
never.
which-
I bet.
I mean, it's probably cheaper to not do the folding wings.
but they only have
Just
like.
big old pails.
They only have like 2 TIE fighters in all of Mandalorian, so, or just the one, right?
No, I mean
Yeah,
in the
they-
trailer
they
we
only
saw
have
a bunch
some.
more, and they're
yeah,
all landed
in
like
the
that.
trailer.
Yeah.
But last
They
season
all
was only
landed?
the one.
Yeah, in the trailer there was like a little like fleet of them, and they were all with
Yeah, I
those
guess
wings.
that's. What
That's
they're
so
doing.
cool.
I think they're just trying to convince us that that's how it's always worked, even though it clearly isn't.
But it's the way it oughta.
It's the way. Yeah, exactly.
I saw that and I was like,
That makes
Why
so
weren't they
much
doing
sense.
this the whole
Why
time?
weren't they like that before?
Like in the First Order in Force Awakens, and when they had all the like TIE fighters in like the landing bay on the Star Destroyer,
Well, that makes sense because it keeps them.
they were all like just like stuck in the wall.
Yeah, they're
with
like
the big
shelved in
panels
the
out.
wall. I mean, that makes sense too because like
Yeah.
it keeps the floor open for other ships that need to come in.
And
you can fit a
still
lot
don't
of
really
people in
understand.
small
In the trailer, there's obviously that one planet really looks like Mon Cal, the one with all the squid people.
It could be. I
Did
don't
you
know.
see
I don't
all
know where they would have
what
put
other-
it, though.
what other-
He's
planet-
definitely on Ilum though.
What other planet?
I hope so.
What
I think
other
that's where
planet
he
has
is.
all those squid people?
No, there's 2 or 3 that have a bunch of squid people.
Patrick,
It's got to be one of
if
them.
there's as many of those as there is desert planets, there's a
But my
million
question
of
is,
them.
why do they need boats on Mon Cala if they can all swim underwater? And
For
breathe
the
underwater?
people who visit.
He could be on Camino.
No, he's not.
No, he's not on Camino. Camino sucks. Camino as a planet doesn't even make any sense.
It's just a big
It's
lake.
Ocean.
It's
planet.
literally the whole planet is a ball of water with like a little bitty land in the middle.
It's not land. It's they built it.
They built.
Yeah,
so
they built
how
the
they even get
components.
How did the Caminoans even evolve? Well, and why are all the Caminoans like anthropomorphic if they evolved from like if they well, because like in human like the theory for human evolution is that we went on land and then
It
then
doesn't
eventually
have to make
legs and
sense.
stuff happened, but like why would they evolve legs and
There's
arms
no
if
land
they
at all.
never come out of the water?
It doesn't have to make sense. Where did they get all the materials to build stuff?
Yeah.
There's no well because they
Maybe some just maybe like
How
the
are they so
Republic came in.
advanced?
well no because the Republic didn't even know they were there outside of
Maybe
Cypherdias.
some pirates
'Cause they
just came in and
deleted it.
crashed their ship and they just took all the resources.
Yeah,
to
maybe.
figure out how
Oh,
that
you know
worked.
what? Asteroids hit it. And
Asteroids.
Well, and
Yeah.
there's that one girl in the hood that could
Oh,
be
that's
Bo-Katan.
that is Bo-Katan. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be. It's not confirmed.
Actually,
No,
no,
I
it's
don't
either
think it's
Sabine-
Bo-Katan.
No,
Bo-Katan's
we know
like
who it
very,
is. No,
she's
we
like a red-headed white person.
no, we know who.
You're wrong.
No, it's not Bo-Katan. It's Sabine.
Oh.
Yeah.
They announced who that is. That's who the person.
No,
That makes sense.
No, Sabine's played by a different actress. I thought.
No, remember it was Ahsoka was played by a different
Oh
actress.
yeah.
Yeah, that
So it
wasn't
could be
Ahsoka.
Sabine.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's just some random Jedi.
I think it would be cool to see Ahsoka having an apprentice.
Yeah, it
I
could
mean
be like
that's
Ahsoka's
kind of gonna be.
apprentice.
I mean, if Ezra's in the show, that's probably like the role.
I don't think Ezra's gonna be in it.
I think.
Did
he
they say
might.
he was?
Not
No.
not officially, but I think he'll show up.
You know what? I bet he's gonna be on Yoda Planet whenever they get.
No.
to Yoda Planet.
I think that'll be the season finale. He'll show
They'll
up.
find. Yeah.
And
Find
it'll-
Yoda planet.
And then him and Ahsoka will take Baby
Why
Yoda.
wouldn't Yoda go to Yoda planet though? If
No, they're not going to Yoda Planet. They're never ever
No,
going.
Yoda didn't go to Yoda Planet after Episode 3 because he didn't want the Empire
to find
Yoda
Yoda
He
planet.
was going
yeah.
into exile.
With all
He-
these,
he
like,
didn't even tell the
force
Jedi where Yoda
sensitive
planet
green boys.
Well, as far as we know, there's like not even that. There's only like 5 Yodas.
No, we know that there was a planet of them, but Yoda kept it a secret from even the Jedi
Yeah, he
Council
didn't-
from where the planet was.
Yeah, him and Yaddle were the only ones.
Yeah, that knew where it was because they were
They were the only
born there,
They were the Yodas.
presumably.
But yeah,
Ba-
it looks
what
like
if Baby Yoda wasn't even born there?
probably.
What if he was a Yoda and Yaddle baby?
I feel like that would be against the Jedi.
I mean, if
Code.
he's 50, I mean, I guess the timeline heads up. Maybe.
Maybe that's why Yaddle disappeared after Episode 1.
Maybe the
Yoda trying to keep it on the down.
Yoda trying to cover up a secret pregnancy.
maybe you know how he's gonna be like a cool teenager in the books that they're doing. Yoda.
Oh yeah, in the High Republic.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm so not excited for that.
I'm so mad about that.
I do not.
The
care
Old
for
Republic
edgy
is
teen
so
Yoda.
cool, and they were
No,
like
they're
fight pirates.
No, they're gonna do to Yoda what they did to Optimus Prime in that Wars of Cybertron series, where they just make him like really, really stupid.
He's gonna. How old is Yoda in that timeline?
Well, it takes place 400 years before Episode 1.
So it's like 600.
Yeah. Or no, he'd be like 200.
200. That's still.
No, he's not 200. He's
That
not
would
older
still
than
be pretty young,
that. He'd be like
considering
40.
how young.
I mean,
Baby
granted,
Yoda was.
if Yoda at 50 was like 8 months old, he'd still be like 16.
I
when
think
he
they
died.
age faster once they hit a certain point.
Yeah, obviously.
That's the only way that makes sense.
It's, yeah. I don't get why. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Maybe they're just a baby and then they're an elderly man. Like they're like
There's
they're
no
like,
in
They're like
between.
middle. They're like a
They
teenager.
go from baby to elderly man. There's no in between.
They're in between for like a week.
They hit 100 and then they're like, boom, I'm an adult
Their
now.
midlife crisis.
I know all the adult things.
Their midlife crisis is like 4 days long.
Wouldn't their midlife crisis be like 100 or 200?
No,
Okay,
it'd be
because
like
we're
a
saying they're a baby for like 50 years, or they're a baby for like 100 years, and then
And
they
then
100, they're like, boom,
it just
I'm an old
snaps in
man.
there an elderly
And
man.
they're so wise.
They just haven't been able to express it because they were stuck in baby mode.
How are you this smart? My race just gains intelligence when I turn 100.
Baby mode. I don't know. Figure it out.
You were 4 like 2 days ago.
Don't worry about it.
Do you think Baby Yoda will return for season 3?
Yes.
Yeah, he's.
I think the original plan was
marketing.
I think the original plan was that he won't, but I think he will now.
Probably because Disney was like,
That show
well,
is
let me tell you,
that show is
John.
nothing without Baby Yoda.
What do you mean?
Well, in terms of marketing,
In terms of marketing and a general audience.
it's like I'm
It
pretty.
was more just like a medium for character growth of the Mandalorian.
If you
Well-
look at the action figure sales for the Mandalorian and the sales of the Baby Yoda plushies, I think you'll see that the Baby Yoda plushies sold it quite a bit more.
Well, the thing is
everybody wants a little Baby Yoda.
when the show first came out, it was like it trended like okay and
I'm
stuff on
so
Twitter.
surprised
But
that
then-
they kept that for a secret. Like
Yeah.
That is astounding to me.
Well,
that they
and
were
he kept it
nothing.
a secret even from Disney because they didn't have any
they
merchandise
saw it.
in the line.
Yeah.
That's why there was no Baby Yoda.
That
toys
or
at
they were
Christmas.
just retarded and were like, no one wants a plushie of this.
No, he because like Disney put like they were talking about it in like an
Disney
interview.
didn't see it till the.
Or it might have been one of
They
the
did
directors.
the premiere for like critics and
They
stuff.
had to have known like at least a little bit at a time.
They knew at probably the first screening, like the first test screening.
Yeah, but I do know that because they were talking about it in an interview that like they didn't know soon enough to make toys for Christmas.
Yeah.
They learned too late to actually get those in production before
Okay,
Christmas
but if
started.
Disney,
That's why they went
but
up-
that's how things leak is they get to toys.
Yeah.
the toys leak.
That's what really, if you
Yeah.
look at like any comic book thing, that's how everything.
Like,
is.
it's how
and it's
everything
always
leaks.
Lego.
It's
it's
always
always
Lego.
Legos.
The Lego
They
sets.
send
get
well because they
leaked.
send them like a bunch of images so
Yeah,
they
they
can
send
get the
them-
backgrounds and like the sets
And
and
that's
stuff.
why the Lego sets never have anything to do with the movies. Like it'll have bits and pieces of stuff from the movies, but it won't actually be a scene
They
from
just
the
send them
movie.
photos.
Because
Yeah,
they
because they
would
just
be
send them test
a
photos,
whole
and then they
leak.
have to make stuff up.
Yeah.
Look at this cool new thing.
Like with the Spider-Man set that you have, where there's just like a lava monster and then like a bunch of random characters that weren't even in that scene.
Well, no, there was.
But you can make
Spider-Man.
the scenes yourself.
If you
Yeah.
buy all
Well,
of the
no,
sets.
actually, so what was more telling about that was that they had the bridge scene from Far From Home,
Mhm.
and the water guy was listed as Hydra Man on the set
on the site because they didn't know
because
what
they
that thing
didn't
was.
say that it wasn't Hydra Man. Hydra Man is a separate character from the thing in the movie.
He's like the opposite of Sandman.
Ah,
He just does water.
At one point they combined and became Mudman, but that's a different story.
it wouldn't
That's
it be
how
like
Sandman was like-
liquidy sand?
Yeah, they really would have been like sloppy mush man, but I feel like that doesn't sound as good. I mean, Mudman also doesn't sound very good.
But
It sounds better than sloppy mush man.
But okay, so rumor about the Mandalorian
yeah.
season 2.
It was rumored that Pedro Pascal just kind of quit halfway through the
Yeah,
season.
I don't
Yeah.
believe this.
It
rumor
said so.
in
Basically,
any way.
there was a
The
leaker-
person who came up with this, well, who
It was
supposedly
Grace Randolph. She reported
who
on the rumors and said, according to her, Pascal wanted scenes without his helmet on, something that goes against everything about the Mandalorian, and he was denied that and just kind of was like left because here's what they reportedly, when he didn't get his way, he went to Lucasfilm and asked them like, hey Lucasfilm, can or like to Disney, and they were like, hey, can I not do this? And they were like, no, go home.
I feel like if he's gone at all, he's not gone.
Which in the Entertainment Weekly article, it said how they're shifting to open up about other, like, following other characters.
Yeah.
And so I guess we'll know if
But,
that
like,
happens like halfway through
I
the season.
feel like if that's what they're doing in the show, like, because like they wouldn't have rewrote half the season, like.
No. I highly
No, I
doubt
don't
it.
believe that.
Well, 'cause
for
he's
a
art-
second.
Because most of his role is voiceover, so it's not like he walked off
Yeah,
set because he still has to come back and record all the
At
voiceover.
least 50% of the time, there's a stunt double in the
Yeah.
suit.
I think it's most of it.
Yeah.
I think it's most of the
No,
show.
there's
is
3
someone
people
else.
playing Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's him and then 2 stunt guys. I think it's the stunt guys like 90%.
When he's not just leisurely walking
Yeah,
it's the
it's
stunt guys.
posing,
them.
it's the stunt guys. The
They
suit,
really pulled the Power Rangers with that one.
I do believe that the suit is really uncomfortable. It doesn't look comfortable.
Yeah, but I mean, you're also not.
Well,
wearing
okay,
it very
so
much,
how those suits and stuff work in like all movies?
I mean, it's
they have-
mostly plastic and foam.
No, they have one
I mean, it looks more comfortable than its stormtrooper
No,
armor.
so-
that stuff looks horrible.
for props in movies. They have a thing called the hero suit, and then they have the other suit. The hero suit is the one that they use when he's just standing still and whenever there's a close up on him.
like the really nice
And
one.
that's the one that's really nice looking and it's like really tight on him. That's the one that you can barely move in.
Like the original Iron Man.
Like the
suit.
original
Yeah.
Iron Man suit.
sucked.
And then they
It
have
was all
the,
plastic.
and then they have the other suit, which is for literally anything else. When he's
Every
walking,
time they need to destroy a suit.
anytime there's an action scene or something they need to destroy, or when he's even just like moving his arms around, that's the one that they use.
The suit always looks good though, and it's not like super. It only has like a piece here.
I don't think
and
it's
then, like, a
that
chest
uncomfortable.
plate.
I think it's just hot.
It's
No.
not. It's not like a superhero suit.
And
Yeah.
Mandalorian armor in general
like it's not the Flash
isn't
suit.
that. It's not that. There's not a lot of plates. There's a chest plate, the back plate, shoulder plates, and
Yeah,
leg plates.
if
That's
it's similar to anything, I think it's similar to that Dark Knight suit from the Dark Knight. Is
Oh,
that
where he couldn't move his head.
Yeah.
well, not in the original one, not in Batman Begins, but the newer one where he could.
Oh,
Where it's like there's the cloth part which is like a body
where
suit,
it's just plate.
and then
Yeah.
there's just the separated plates, and then the helmet is completely separate.
The only part I could see being uncomfortable for a long period of time
Is
is
the
the helmet.
I mean, if you look how
Which
strong,
makes sense because it's a big, heavy
If you
helmet.
look,
Well, yeah,
I know it's
you
not heavy.
probably
It's made of
can't-
foam.
Well, but like it's a big.
No, they
clunky
have a big
helmet.
plastic one, and then they have a foam one.
Like it's not heavy, but it's clunky. It's like
They have a foam one that
Not
they
easy
use
to
for
move.
like if he's like falling over, so he's not
I
banging
didn't
his
know
head
they
on a
had a
plastic
plastic
can.
one.
Did they use the plastic one for the close-ups and stuff? Because you would be able to tell if it was like a styrofoam
No,
cushion.
you wouldn't.
Yeah, you
You'd be-
would.
No, like people who
make
make the
CGI.
all the cosplay.
Yeah, I
ones-
mean, there's probably some CGI.
all the cosplay ones are made out of foam.
Well, yeah.
Well, I do know that the helmet, the reflections in the helmet are actually real reflections from.
Yeah.
they just
the
put
thing.
shiny paint on it.
But I'm guessing that thing's probably like horrible to see out of.
Oh yeah, you can't see anything.
They
But
just
it
have like
looks,
a GoPro.
It looks awesome.
It looks
It
great.
looks so good.
But moving on. Yeah.
I think his suit's definitely cooler than Boba Fett's suit. I think.
Oh, okay. So about
Well,
that,
yeah, it's not.
Tamura Morrison, who was cast in the show and then it was
Yeah, he's-
unconfirmed who he was playing.
He's gonna play.
He said he is
Captain
playing
Rex.
Boba Fett.
I thought he was playing Captain Rex.
He's probably playing both.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they cast him, it's a clone. He can play both.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Even though
he,
Captain Rex would logically
What?
be several years.
So
older.
he is.
Wait,
playing
how's
Boba Fett.
Boba in this? Isn't Boba like?
He was in last season.
Boba was?
Mm-hmm.
When?
Remember when that episode where they were in the desert the whole time and they killed that assassin lady? Remember at the very end when those two footsteps walk up and find the assassin lady? Those Boba Fett's feet.
How you, I thought Boba Fett got eaten by the big boy.
He did,
He came out.
but he got out.
Oh.
In the original extended universe, he strapped a bunch of Dengar threw a bunch of grenades in there. Boba Fett strapped him to himself, blew himself up, and flew out.
They'll just be like,
Now what
he
is it?
shot a hole.
I don't know. They haven't said.
I
But
thought.
now in the aftermath book, someone did sell his armor to like a
I think I'll
to
have
like a
it.
shop
So
or
I
something.
think he'll
Hey,
have it back.
Pedro Pascal has like still been posting promo and like retweeting.
Yeah,
things.
see, that's the biggest
So-
thing. I feel like if he wasn't involved
If
anymore,
they
he
were
wouldn't be
stopped-
promoting.
If they were salty between each other, he'd be
Yeah.
He wouldn't shill for him. Yeah.
And he seems to like really enjoy it and like says fun things.
Yeah,
about it.
from the documentary and from like the interviews and stuff, he seems to be
like
vibing.
even if he like again, it's like
It's the coolest character.
no,
in the
if he
show.
didn't, if he wanted to have more scenes with his helmet off, like I think they would work it in.
No.
Well, he's playing what is arguably the most popular character in television.
No.
right now.
He's playing the most popular character.
The
in Star
second
Wars
most
at this
popular
moment.
number one is Baby Yoda.
No.
He's a baby. He's a Yoda.
He's not really a character though. He's really just a plot device. I'm talking about like in
He's a
terms of
character.
in terms of like actual characters on television shows right now. You'd be hard pressed to find one that is more
I think
iconic.
more
than
recognizable.
I do think
Exactly.
The Mandalorian is the most popular show on TV
Like,
right now.
What else
He's
is there?
so cool. He's just like. you
Well,
know,
he's-
got the.
He's the old Boba Fett style of like he looks really cool and everyone says he's really cool and then he does something and he like sucks at it.
No,
No,
when he has action scenes, he looks awesome. Like when you follow those robots and stuff.
I really like the second episode when he like just brutally failed over and over again.
Yeah, see,
Like-
that's what I'm talking about.
No, but it shows that he's like not
Well, but
Yeah,
then
invincible.
But then later in that same episode, you know, him and the robot guy take down like an entire camp
That's
of
in the
bounty
first
hunters.
no, that's the first
Oh
episode.
yeah.
And
So
also-
he's good at stuff, but like
yeah.
He's also bad at
he
stuff.
can be overpowered. It's
Yeah.
not like he's just invincible.
Yeah.
He's not a superhero.
But yeah, I do think Mandalorian's probably the most popular like show.
Yeah, like
It's because he's a real character. Even though you see his face once, he
Yeah.
still has more like.
Well, you can.
there's more to him than any other.
I
Yeah.
think the slow pace of the show really like helped round that character out. Because like if it was like a really fast paced show and there was just constant story
Second
stuff
season
happening,
is gonna be like that.
yeah, I think that it'll.
But
be
we've
more
also
like that.
had time. We've had our time
We
to
know
learn who he is.
we know our
Yeah.
main
Yeah.
crew.
Well, we've seen him grow over the course
I
of the
wish.
season.
See, I think people wish that they saw more of the original crew in the first season because
Yeah,
were
because they only
in, like,
really
half the
united in the
episodes.
last episode.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna see more of like the crew stuff happening in
Huh?
the other episodes.
Just cut here.
Okay.
In season 2, we're gonna get a lot more of the like crew doing crew stuff. be like a team.
Okay. Yeah. We definitely have our definitive like boys now. We got the paratrooper girl. We have Carl Weathers playing Carl Weathers.
Grief Karga's gonna die.
No, he's not.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, he's one of those characters I think that just like keeps getting killed.
He should have died last season. Or wait,
Yeah.
he did.
He did, and then he had like
He
the
was
best
supposed
star
to.
in his pocket and didn't.
that he
die.
was supposed to die
Go
though.
on, Cena.
No, I don't think you should.
Go on.
I
No.
think we need him.
So if you watch the documentary series, he was supposed to be in really heavy makeup, and then they cast Carl
Yeah.
Weathers, and they were like,
Well,
no,
different.
it's Carl Weathers. And then
That's for the best.
when he had all the
Yeah.
makeup on, he was supposed to die there, but then they were like, well, he's Carl Weathers now, so just keep him alive.
Yeah.
So we got like our main group. We got Cara Dune, Grief Karga,
And
well, we
Mando.
used to have Queel.
He's dead.
Rest in peace.
Did the robot also died?
Yeah,
right?
IG-11
Yeah,
blew
IG-11
himself
died.
up.
Remember, he walked in the
Oh yeah, that's
lava.
right. He exploded.
But then we're also gonna expand the crew because like Ahsoka's.
Yeah, we have to
Yeah.
expand the crew.
Ahsoka's gonna join at least temporarily.
Yeah.
Captain
I
Rex
think
is
she
gonna
might
join
be in one or
temporarily.
two episodes.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
I think they'll do like. She'll definitely be in the final episodes.
You know, I think they're gonna save IG-11 somehow.
no,
He's definitely
he's blown
dead.
up.
Any
He's
part
dead.
of him that was not exploded
Taika Waititi's-
melted in the lava.
Taika Waititi's too busy.
Oh yeah, he's directing like
He's
everything.
directing like 3 different movies at once.
a
right
Star
now.
Wars movie.
He's got a Star Wars movie, a Thor movie, and an indie movie. Like all he's working
All
on
at the
right
same
now. Yeah,
He's a busy man.
he's writing both the Thor and the Star Wars, and then he's also doing post on a soccer movie.
Great. That's gonna be good.
Yeah.
All right, what else do we got going on?
Okay, next
got
up we have
CBS All Access.
your 2 favorite streaming services that you haven't heard of until just now. CBS All Access and DC Universe are both getting either massive shifts in what they're doing or changing names. So CBS All Access, which was a total failure and terrible idea on behalf of the CBS Corporation to have a streaming service for all of their great original and library content, which includes...
I thought they already put for the DC one. I thought they already put all the stuff on.
Okay,
HBO
so
Max.
just to do the CBS thing is CBS All Access is turning into Paramount Plus. It'll be the same.
Except
they're just
Paramount
having
movies now.
which I'm pretty sure they already had anyways. But whatever.
Well, they're owned by the same company,
Yeah.
and then Paramount's like, we're more marketable.
Not
Which is
really.
probably-
That's not-
Also, you're not allowed to have a streaming service without.
Hey,
Plus
but they'll
in it.
have Sonic the Hedgehog.
Isn't
probably.
CBS more marketable than Paramount?
No.
Maybe. Who cares?
Who knows?
Doesn't really matter.
It's
Neither
gonna
of them are
still
like
fail.
Whatever. The only thing that's keeping them alive is the Star Trek series, which is only being kept alive by the fans of Star Trek who hate the new Star Trek series.
Yep.
So
They got a real good thing going
they
on.
got a real good thing going on over there.
It's a understanding.
Okay, so and then the DC Universe streaming service, which was a
It's a terrible idea.
one of
for
the
a start.
worst ideas.
They don't
Warner
have enough
Brothers
content.
ever had.
They don't. And they never have.
So if you go to the website,
Let's just take it. We're gonna take a break here. Tucker has a meeting, so we'll be back later.
You've been conditioned into thinking you need a nice, comfy mattress, but that's wrong! The cavemen didn't need that, and neither do you. According to some very reliable sources, we now know that no caveman ever once complained of back pain due to poor mattress quality, so we know that you won't either. According to the New York Times, it's the best sleep you'll ever get, and Playboy magazine calls it a necessity for life's more exciting endeavors. 9 out of 10% of verified owners woke up the next day. That's 90% of the quality of our competitors at almost 2% of the price. It ships to your house hassle-free, and installation couldn't be easier. Simply open the bag and pour the contents into any room or yard.
More and more I find myself waking up in the morning refreshed from a comfortable night's sleep on my comfortable mattress, which is why I've switched to the Caveman mattress. Now my back pain makes me appreciate the little things in life.
Caveman Mattress has been certified quality by the Real Mattress Association of Americans with Mattresses, and Caveman Co. is rated 0.7 out of 10 by the Better Business Bureau. In a recent lawsuit, Caveman.co was found not guilty when tried for grand larceny and medical malpractice. Now, all this and more can be yours for just $12, and if you hurry, we'll throw in the Caveman chair and a second Caveman bed free. But hurry, because this offer won't last long. Visit getyourcavemanmat.com and use promo code NOTGUILTY of grand larceny or medical malpractice for an additional 6% off. Again, use promo code NOTGUILTYOFGRANDLARMEDICALMALPRACTICE for an additional 6% off. Caveman Mattress. Sleep like a caveman.
Calfcraft.
That's Colton. That's Max's old friend.
All right.
It is?
Yeah,
And
he has
with
a
that,
Minecraft channel.
We are back at
No,
it.
no, we're not ready
We
yet.
are back. Yeah, we are.
Hi.
We're back from the break.
It was a long break. We had to do some real dumb in between.
All right.
But we're back.
But we're back now.
We were talking about streaming services. I believe we were done with Paramount Plus. We're moving on to
Oh yeah, everyone cares about Paramount Plus.
We're moving on to DC Universe. So what's happening is DC Universe will be turned into a comics-only streaming service that
Which
will
is
be
what it should have been from the
$8 a month. What it should have been this whole time.
How much does it cost now?
Right now, I believe it's $14 a month.
Oh, that's way
wait.
too expensive.
It's either 14 or 12.
12 is still too much. It should cost.
It should be like
5.
Yeah.
If Disney Plus is $7, DC Universe should be like $4.
Yeah.
Okay, imagine imagine
It should be $4.99.
Imagine Disney Plus, but if it only had Marvel, then it would be like.
Well, no, this
a
is
fourth
just the
of
comics.
Yeah, I know, but so it would be worth even less.
Actually,
Yeah.
hang on.
Well, I guess Disney Plus doesn't have.
Well,
comics.
what's the price of a comic book?
Is there some kind of Marvel
don't know. I
subscription
believe-
for comics?
Yes. Okay. So Marvel has actually it says $8 a month. So I guess they lowered it, but it was
So the average price of a comic book is $2.99.
Marvel Unlimited Comics
Yeah.
costs.
so Marvel has had
but the Marvel one's $10 a month.
yeah. So Marvel has had one for a long time. It's going to be more expensive than the DC one. And the thing about the DC one is that all comics will be on there 6 months after their print release.
But if you get $69 a year one, you save $50.
Ooh,
That's pretty good.
that's a pretty good deal. But
If that's something you want. Which
And you get the Star Wars comics too.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
well, yeah, Marvel makes all the Star Wars
Yeah.
comics now. But if you want to read comic books, if you're one of the 10 people that still do, DC Universe is gonna be just comics, which is pretty cool. I
Yeah.
think it has like a few thousand on there.
That's already what they were doing with it.
That was the
already like
majority of the content. Because if you went on their website and you looked at what they had, for some
It's
reason,
like the Harley Quinn show
No,
and
no.
comics.
besides original content, they had like Batman the animated series and like Superman the animated
Which is
series.
now on HBO Max.
Which are they're all of the library stuff is going to move over, and so is all the original. And along with all the original content moving, the Harley Quinn animated
So what
series
it's doing
was
is
picked up for
it's
season
just
3.
making HBO Max more valuable.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. I mean, why they even like kept this one going even after that came out was always like, what are you doing? Like just port
What?
just put all that
You
stuff.
could watch Batman versus Superman on HBO Max.
Or not.
Where
Could not watch
where
the
do
movie.
where does the Christopher Nolan trilogy live right now?
I think one of them's on Netflix. The other two, I don't know.
There's not on Netflix anymore. I believe
They
Dark
used to
Knight's-
all 3 be on Netflix.
They still have contracts. I think Dark Knight was on Hulu for like a month.
So they're kind of everywhere right now.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
still spread out, but they'll probably be on.
Those are like the only DC
They need to
movies
have
really worth
all
watching.
the DC movies.
Okay,
just
so
on
Batman
HBO.
Begins is on HBO Max.
Batman and Robin is on HBO Max.
The
So
Dark
goody.
Knight. The Dark Knight is on nothing for free right now.
Great.
So that's.
Let's see what HBO Max has in there.
And then yeah. So the only one on HBO Max is Batman Begins right now.
The only thing on HBO Max right now is Friends.
Yeah. Well, they have. So HBO Max has content right.
It
now.
has the Studio Ghibli films.
Yeah, they have all the Ghibli
Yeah.
films. The reason they didn't have a lot of DC content at launch was because DC Universe like still had all the all the contractual obligation to have all their stuff on there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so all that's gonna move. Harley Quinn, the animated series, was picked
it
up
has
for a
the,
third season on HBO Max.
It has the 1989 Batman movie on HBO Max.
You want to watch Tim Burton's Batman who can't move his neck murder
It has
people?
Batman Forever.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's got Batman Returns, Batman and Robin, Batman The Dark Knight Returns Part 1, and not Part 2.
Patrick, do you actually have HBO Max?
I do.
Oh.
Comes with AT&T.
Oh,
So,
Wait, what
no,
does?
I'm
HBO
not
Max.
paying for HBO
Wait, so
Max.
did we get it then?
No.
Wow, we had AT&T.
Do you have an unlimited plan?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
But does it only come with
I
unlimited?
think so.
Oh, that's stupid. Lame.
Dumb. So, if you have HBO
It's
Max,
got Glee, the 3D concert movie.
so if you have HBO Max, good for you. If you for some reason got DC Universe for your birthday, I'm sorry.
Your parents pulled an oof on that one.
So moving on. So Disney Plus. Speaking of more streaming services, because that's what television is at this point.
It's just who can make the most valuable streaming service. They need to like have a couple networks come together and just create one.
Oh, so you mean like cable?
Well, but cable's kind of
The same?
You can get the Batwoman show was on HBO Max.
Oh,
Everyone would love that. I watched the pilot for that. That was awful.
It's a different actress now, though.
It
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, they recast
no,
her.
she's not.
What happened to
recast.
the
chick-
short gay one?
She didn't want to do it anymore. She didn't like
She
the
didn't
hours.
like shooting in Vancouver, and she was like, I don't want to film long hours.
You mean being an actress?
Basically, she doesn't want to do TV stuff.
Yeah. So she's
don't
not
wanna work.
recast. They're just there's gonna be a new character being
Yeah.
Batwoman.
So there is no Wait. But the whole thing was she was Bruce Wayne's like.
Yeah, now it's
cousin?
like her. Is it like her friend or
Nope,
something? It's
just
some
a random
other
person. Yep.
Cool.
Oh, the Green Lantern movie, the one that everyone loved.
No. Okay. So what they're doing. So it's kind of good it's kind of good for for Batwoman because now they can do the same character arc for 2 seasons in a row.
What's the difference between Batman and Robin and Batman and Robin? There's this one, and then there's the one that was, whatever.
It's probably just listed in 2 different sections.
Superman, the movie, and Superman 2, and then Superman.
For the
4.
Quest for Peace. Is
Where's
on
the-
there.
Oh, that's the one where he fights nuclear
Oh,
mines
there it
made
is,
out of his
Superman
hair. It
3.
has
Yeah.
atomic fingernails.
I mean, there is DC stuff on HBO Max. It's just if you look, none
It's
of the
mostly animated
none of
shows.
the original animated series are on there. None of the good ones. Like so, Batman animated series, Superman,
Dude, I
Justice
have
League.
Batman the animated series on like discs.
Yeah,
I've-
That's a
I've
great
the whole
show.
collection.
Yeah, that show's good. It was animated all on black paper because
Yeah.
of reasons.
Just because it's Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, Batman: Mask of the Phantasm is on Netflix. That's the only. I think.
What
that's
is? What the
yeah,
heck
that's
is
what
Batman Under the Red Hood?
Oh, that's
Oh,
a
that's
that's an
another
animated
one.
movie. That one's really good too.
It is.
Yeah. That one's a,
Remember that Robin that the Joker murdered with a crowbar and then blew up?
Oh yeah.
yeah,
he
he
didn't
got
die.
brought back to the Lazarus Pit and became a murderous
He
vigilante.
became a
Right.
crazy person because he was all mad with vengeance because Batman didn't save him and
So,
then he tried to kill Batman.
Back to Disney Plus.
They have Aquaman and Wonder Woman on HBO Max.
Yay, Aquaman!
People liked Aquaman.
Is the Trench movie still in the works?
Yes.
What's the trench?
Okay, so you know that one scene in Aquaman where they go to that place called the Trench?
Oh yeah.
And there's all those mean fish monsters.
Yeah, it's about the Trench.
They're doing a movie about
That needed a movie. That's great.
Remember that one scene in Aquaman? That should be a movie.
Yeah, it's still happening. It hasn't been canceled yet. It
It'll
and
be
Aquaman
canceled.
2 are both happening.
Aquaman 2 is obviously going to happen. The first one
It
$1 billion,
made
but
so
the
much.
Trench
It's the
makes
highest
no sense.
grossing DC movie.
Is
It's
he Wonder
Aquaman.
Woman?
Yeah, beat Wonder Woman.
It's Aquaman.
Really?
I don't
China
know.
loved it.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Because remember at the end there's that big CGI battle with the big fish monsters?
I love the big CGI battles.
China was like, whoa.
They all have
China
that.
loves
favorite.
All
China
the
loves
DC
big
movies
CGI
have the
battles
big
and
CGI battle. Like Justice League had the biggest of CGI
Actually,
battles
no, it
ever.
didn't.
That looked
No,
so bad.
They just
Yeah,
fought in
so
that
bad.
small room.
Yeah,
Remember?
it was literally just them in a small room. fighting
Avengers
stuff.
It
Endgame.
looked so bad. That, like,
And then
Avengers
there was,
Endgame
like-
was just a cartoon.
Yeah.
At
It was
the
all
end.
animated.
So
It just turned into an
bad.
animated film.
It looks like they rushed the end.
They did. That whole movie, Justice League, the entirety of it was rushed.
It looks that way.
People have.
It didn't make it. The cuts were so weird.
So you know how
It
they
made no
digitally
sense.
removed Henry Cavill's mustache?
Oh,
People have done their own versions at home, and it's better than the one they did with the actual.
why didn't they just leave it?
Because then he would have a mustache. It would make even less sense because
but
he grew
in-
a mustache while dead.
No, when Superman came back to life in the comics, he had a full beard.
Yeah, he had a beard.
Yeah.
They could have just given him a prosthetic beard.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
gosh.
would have looked so much better.
Yeah, they could have. But nope.
Plus, Superman would have looked so cool with like a beard Superman.
No,
Like,
it'd be
super
like
cool.
this.
They should have given him the big hairy chest, the big mullet, and the black suit. and
Just
he would-
like in the
and
comics.
just like in the comics, but they didn't. Instead, he came back, was just mad for a little bit, and saw Lois Lane and was like, "I'm back to normal."
Yeah, that was dumb.
It's-
Alright.
I'm
so
very excited for the 4-hour snack.
There's like this comparison of $300 million budget and then like a $500.
Oh, DC Universe is gonna be $8 a month.
Yes.
Gross. No way.
Yeah.
No. I mean, that's the price of like 2 comics.
But
still, it's gross.
Marvel is a lot.
Yeah.
A lot more than
But people.
It's a
care
lot
about
of comics.
But people cared about DC Comics. They just don't like the movies.
Well,
and
like
shit.
even if you're just gonna read like Long Halloween and
Or
like Dark Knight
Flash.
Returns, that's still like
Yeah.
a fifth of the price of just buying those two on their own. So it's a pretty good deal for the amount of content you're getting.
If you just buy it for a couple months.
Yeah. I mean, it's
read the
obviously
things
a
you
niche
want.
thing. It's not for everyone.
Comic super fans are
Yeah.
gonna be buying it.
Oh yeah, and if you want to get into comics, I mean that's streaming
It's not a
services
super
like that
yeah.
are
That's not a
usually pretty
super
good.
high bar of entry.
So back to Disney Plus news. So Miss Marvel, the one of the 8.
Oh,
different
Harley
ones-
Quinn season 3 is happening.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
I already
Okay.
said
Next.
that.
Yeah.
But Miss Marvel has 4 directors, 2 of which are from the Middle East. I don't know who they
Which makes sense because she's.
Yeah,
I think
I think
the new Miss Marvel is Middle Eastern. I'm pretty
are.
sure.
Yeah, that's what she is in the comics.
Is she like Persian?
I don't know who the
No,
directors
I
are.
think she's Islamic.
Yeah,
Well, that could be
I
from
think she's
many
from
countries.
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Yeah. But so they hired a bunch of directors, 2 of which did Bad Boys for Life,
What was
That's
that?
gonna be a good show.
and then
I can
the
already
other
tell that
2 have
show's
done
gonna
like
be good.
like 4 in indie.
I don't
movies.
think they should have like started so many Marvel shows
At
at
once.
once. They should have just come out with like
I
2.
think I think
They're just trying to set up the young Avengers.
Well, I think. Well, the idea was like they didn't have time to get any ready for the launch of Disney
Yeah.
Plus, so they just announced like 20 of them
Yeah.
just to overwhelm you and think that you're gonna watch them at some point.
No, because if there's so many going on, you're not gonna watch all.
They're
of them
not gonna
because
be
they're
all
just
going on
There are
at
gonna be
once.
some that you just don't.
No.
care
They're
at
gonna
all.
space them out, so there'll only be one airing at a time. That way you're still paying every month, because every week
It's
there's
strategy.
It's strategy.
And then you got Mandalorian.
That's what the
Yeah.
original plan for DC Universe was. Is like they had original shows, but they would air weekly and they'd just go one after each other.
But people are just gonna cancel it during the parts that they don't want to, like the shows they don't want to see.
You mean like what we did?
Yeah.
Clone Wars, and we were like, all right, we're good.
No, no.
That's all we needed this for.
We missed one and only Ivan.
Oh no, wasn't that a book? I remember seeing that book like all over the.
It was a
shelves
pretty
when I was in, like,
popular
fourth
book.
grade.
They came out with a new show. They have that LeBron James.
Produced show,
Yeah.
yeah. They put out content every few months.
They got the Jeff Goldblum.
They're
thing.
doing a TV show called The Right Stuff, which is like a remake of the movie The Right Stuff about going to space.
Why
I was like, that looks pretty good.
a remake.
A remake of a documentary.
But I'm like,
That'll be cool.
Why do they need to remake everything? Just let the original be.
they're doing a remake of Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
They got Earth
Why?
Live.
That show
But then they're
was
also
bad
doing-
already.
They're also doing a sequel movie called Shrunk, and Harold Ramis is coming back to do it.
They
Not
put,
Harold Ramis, he's dead.
they put Once Upon a Time on
The other one, I can't. Why did I say
on
Harold
Disney
Ramis?
Plus.
What?
From ABC. I thought they would.
Yeah, they did.
I thought they would have left that on Hulu.
No, it was
It was-
on Netflix for the longest time.
I mean, it was like a parody of like they had a lot of Disney properties in it.
It's not like an adult show.
It's an ABC thing.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's
Elsa was in
it has like all the
2
Disney
episodes.
characters in it, so
Yeah.
like why not? And I think they're trying to like just get some sort of.
They're
adult
just trying to
audience.
convince you it's a Disney.
on
show.
new.
They're
on
trying
the,
to convince adults.
on
to
the
watch
new
this.
to Disney Plus section. They literally just have the Mandalorian trailer. Like
Well,
the
that's all you
It's
need to
streaming
know.
on the service.
No, it's like new to Disney Plus. Mandalorian. It says the Mandalorian season 2 trailer.
The
Please.
trailer's coming. to
Please
Disney
just-
Plus.
Please just watch it.
Right
Please.
after Mulan.
Mulan, the thing you had to pay $30 to see,
Premiere
and it's definitely
access.
not worth it. But
Cars 2.
so yeah, Miss Marvel has directors. She-Hulk was cast. I
Who's
didn't.
playing She-Hulk?
I don't know. I looked her up right before we started. She's voiced a few characters in a thing recently. I don't remember.
Who's
What
playing
it was.
She-Hulk? Tatiana Maslany. Maslany.
Let's look
What
it
is
up.
she?
Wait,
Let's
Patrick,
check.
do you have Disney Plus?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that works. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, she's. I mean, that's pretty. I mean, I don't know who she is. I haven't seen her in. Yeah, so most recently she's done Perry Mason, which was a show on HBO. The Tales of Arcadia animated stuff on Netflix. She voiced one of the characters in that.
I don't know what that is.
But apparently those shows are good. So she's done a few things, but I'm guessing like most Marvel actors, they take them from obscurity and
Yeah.
boost them up and make them big.
Like Star Wars, except people in
Oh, it's
Star
a
Wars
Disney
don't
Plus
get
series.
hired.
People in Star Wars don't get hired after they do Star Wars.
Just Daisy Ridley.
Just no, not Daisy Ridley.
Daisy Ridley is
Oscar Isaac is the owner for the new show.
And he had-
no,
Oh,
and
yeah.
this Kylo Ren guy.
Oh yeah,
Adam Driver
that's
is-
because Adam Driver's a good actor.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He was in
He was in
Marriage
Marriage Story. Yeah.
And he was the only character.
Oh, and he was in Logan Lucky too. That's also really good.
He was the only character in the new trilogy with a character arc
That
went
anyone
somewhere.
liked.
And then they totally messed it up.
Yeah. And then in the last scene, they just kill him and ruin it.
He's dead now.
right
Spoilers.
after you get that Raylo kiss.
Which made no sense at all.
It was just to appease the Twitter. They got to appease the Twitter.
Well, it didn't appease me. Made
Okay,
me
so
uncomfortable.
and then the only other thing we have on here is Hulu is doing an animated MODOK TV series starring Patton Oswalt. Hulu.
Why Hulu?
Oh, Disney
It's
Plus
somebody
had that series about like the making of Frozen 2. That was actually really
Yes.
interesting. That was actually
I
really
watched
good.
that. I was like,
Man, that film had so many problems. And
they had to do the whole thing in like 8 months.
Did you see they started this month like 8 months before, but it looked like they started like 3 years before the release.
Yeah.
It was like they had to rush.
Yeah.
To get
They had
this
to
done.
rush to get it.
All the
and
Why
songs
did they?
weren't
Why did
working.
they constrict the time so much for like what is
Because
arguably
they've
their
never
most popular
Well,
never missed a
IP.
release. They've
They-
never
yeah.
missed a release.
They-
They're not going to
they're-
because
No,
when
but
they
why
missed-
didn't they
when
give them more time?
when they missed it because when they missed
Disney
a
and
good
Dreamcast-
dinosaur release, they missed the season of making a ton of money.
Yeah.
And so
Well, 'cause
they're not going to do that.
Frozen 2 was lined up to be their big Thanksgiving movie, and that's Disney's.
No, well, I mean, why
Disney
didn't they
was like-
start them earlier? Why didn't they have them start earlier?
Because,
Well, it just
um,
wasn't coming together.
it just wasn't coming
working.
together. It just wasn't working, and they had just promoted one of the directors to head of all animation.
Yeah,
at
so
Disney.
she was doing like
So she was like
everything.
super stressed
Oh
out.
my God,
She
she
was
did not
managing all of
sleep.
animation and also co-directing this movie.
And she was
That's
helping
writing
write
it.
the songs and helping write
She
the
was
script.
writing it too.
that explains why the movie is like a hack,
Absolutely
like
nuts.
a hack up of a bunch of different
Exactly.
things.
We thought that movie was really dumb.
No,
but
no,
now
so-
I just feel bad.
Okay,
Yeah.
so no, they had the movie basically done at that pre-screening, right? With their test audience, the children test audience, and the kids were like, "This is confusing."
Yeah.
And so they rewrote.
They
They
had
just
to
added in
rewrote-
so much.
rewrote
You know
most
that
of the
scene
movie.
with Olaf doing like basically summarizing
The
Frozen
recap?
1?
Yeah.
That wasn't
That
in
was
the
in
original.
the original script.
Why?
Was
So that the kids wouldn't.
No, that was
Because
just
the
added because they thought they needed
needed
They
exposition.
needed more comedy.
Yeah, they need more.
They
so
needed more
dumb.
jokes.
It was
that explains why Olaf has like 40 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
They're like anytime they're like kids love comedy, more Olaf, more Olaf.
More Olaf.
Press the inject Olaf button.
No, but then in animation, when you have to
created-
scrap a scene, you've scrapped like someone's like months worth
Yeah,
of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some animators worked on this scene, and then their scene gets cut, and they have nothing in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so sad.
And because they work forever on like keyframing
I
every little
know.
movement.
But it's
And then
so
the directors
sad.
are like,
Nah, that scene's boring and confusing. Bye bye.
Yeah, it's rough.
it was really sad. I highly suggest you watch that.
It's a
If you have
good
Disney
series.
Plus, go watch that. It's really fascinating just how much Disney like cranks the people who work for them to like put out products in time. They're like, no, we
They're
can't
like,
have time.
we're happy. You can see
Yeah,
we're happy.
there's one interview shot where I believe it's one of the producers is like he's red faced. He looks like someone's
He's
on
like-
camera holding a gun to his head. He's like,
We've never missed a release,
a
before,
release day.
and we're not gonna. This is not gonna be the first.
It was really entertaining,
But everyone who worked on the movie like really cared, like they cared
Yeah.
about it.
well, because they all care. It's just they don't give them time.
Yeah.
I know. They're really pressed, but they were working on the movie for a long time.
Yeah,
But you only see the last 8 months, which looks
Well,
like
they-
from the beginning.
Well,
Yeah.
it was like picked up for a sequel like a few months after.
No,
the
like
first one
yeah,
came out.
literally like 2 months after.
And then
they
it spent
started teasing
forever
the
in
sequel.
development because they just didn't know
They're
what to
like,
do.
what are we gonna do?
Man, it's almost like the story arc of all the characters was wrapped up nice and neat in the first one, and
But
you
they
don't
had to.
need any
They
more
had to
story.
open it up. Ugh. Okay.
But I would like Disney. If there's something I would really like them to do on Disney Plus, it's just like have every big project have a documentary.
I
thing just
know, that would
floating
be
around
so good.
just to see what
If they
do.
ever did that for Star Wars, though,
Yeah.
Star Wars was an absolute disaster.
I think
Yeah.
I don't
People-
think they're ever
people-
gonna do that because they're like
They did it for
they're-
the Mandalorian,
I
and
mean,
it was great.
Well, but that's because that was.
But I don't
it
think
worked
good.
out.
they
Yeah.
would never ever do it for a movie
Like
because
episode
everyone
9.
would just hate on Kathleen Kennedy the whole
Yeah.
time.
Everyone at the table in the Mandalorian one just looked like they didn't like Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time they brought her up, they were like, "Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy, her, you know."
Every time she talked, it was like, no, let Dave talk.
Yeah,
Dave Filoni, what do you have to say? I'm not done speaking.
but I didn't. Shut up, Dave Filoni. What do you have to say?
But so the animated MODOK TV series has a logo. It's got a cast. It's
What's-
coming.
Who's playing
MODOK?
MODOK?
Patton Oswalt.
Why?
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he's more like a side character. Kind of
Yeah.
guy.
I mean, it's a Hulu animated series. It's
Oh.
not that big. So and then
I don't.
Is it gonna be? Wait, is it animated or live action?
Animated.
Oh,
I had to read this.
It would have
book-
been fun to see his face super huge
Yeah.
though.
If they do it in live action, he should play.
I had to read this book about the who's that Golden State Killer guy? About that is a
The
book.
Golden State Killer.
Yeah. Yeah. So his wife wrote this book about him, and Patton Oswalt did like the foreword and the
Did the narration.
and he did the narration, and he wrote the rest of the book because his wife died during.
Oh yeah, his wife died while she was writing it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I had to read that.
Co-written by this random comedian.
He's friends with Red Letter Media.
Yep, that's great. Nobody cares about Red Letter Media.
But moving on to movies, they cast a person in Ant-Man 3 that is heavily rumored to be Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah, so the Lovecraft Country, which is a pretty popular
So is
show.
Kang
on
the
like,
Conqueror the next
HBO
guy?
HBO Max.
Is he the next big one?
See, okay,
So
If
the
Kang
actor's
the
name is
Conqueror-
Jonathan Majors, by the way.
yeah. If Kang the Conqueror is the main villain in Ant-Man, no way he's the main villain for the next MCU. He could be because he's like hecka powerful, but I don't
Well,
think.
if Ant-Man alone can beat him,
Well,
he's
if
not that
that's
big.
gonna, well, Ant-Man couldn't. I think if he's gonna be the villain in Ant-Man, they're gonna
severely
completely
depower
change
him.
it.
What if
It'll be like,
Ant-Man loses?
like remember what they did with Mandarin in Iron Man 3, where it's like they call him the Mandarin, but he's a completely different
Yeah.
person with completely different powers.
It's probably gonna be like that.
Yeah. Now,
It better. Oh my
I hope
God,
it's not.
so-
What I really hope is that it's like Avengers, where they tease him at the end. He's the end credits tease
Like
villain.
Thanos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If they do that, that would be really cool.
That
and
would.
yeah,
Why Ant-Man 3? I think the idea that they had was like, if you bring in a bigger villain.
Is Ant-Man a big franchise for
No,
Marvel?
it's there's Ant-Man 1 and 2 are the lowest grossing movies in the MCU.
I really like those movies.
They're
They were
good.
they're
funny.
funny, but
They're
they don't
just
really,
not.
Yeah.
They're not like
I think their idea was like, if we have Kang the Conqueror who's a big villain, it'll like increase the scale.
they
and
don't
more
really
people will see him.
influence the bigger story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
the
thing,
biggest
is
problem.
they're
Is that they're just
disconnected.
kind of
They're
like little.
They're like, I would go see Ant-Man 3. They're fun movies.
Yeah.
But,
Didn't we see Ant-Man 2 together?
I think so.
Yeah.
But like the problem is like King the Conqueror, unless they just nerf the crap out of him, is way too powerful for Ant-Man.
Yeah, because he's like a time traveling, like semi omnipotent being that can
He
just,
has, like, a whole
manipulate the
What are they
Starfleet
gonna do
of
in
spaceships.
Ant-Man 3?
King the Conqueror.
There will be 3 more ants. Than the
It's
last
gonna
one.
be like what they did
No.
with Spider-Man.
They're
Far
gonna-
From Home.
No, they're probably gonna. It's probably gonna mainly focus around Ant-Man training Cassie
Yeah.
to be the next
to be
person.
the Ant-Man movies feel very similar to the Spider-Man movies in the way that they're made. Like,
Well, Ant-Man and the Wasp and Spider-Man Far From Home were written by the same people.
it feels like it.
Yeah.
They're a lot smaller. Like it focuses a lot more on just the characters and what they're doing. It doesn't really have as much to do with the, like.
I mean, yeah.
When
Ant-Man
you watch,
and the Wasp.
when you watch
really-
like a Captain America or an Iron Man, like it's all
You
the
remem-
big
Do you
scale.
I
remember
think the
going
biggest
to see
problem-
Homecoming and like it was really good, right?
Yeah,
And then Far From Home was like,
I like Far From Home.
it
I like
wasn't
Far From
it, but
Home.
it wasn't like as nearly as good as.
No, I don't think it
Homecoming.
was because there just wasn't.
It was kind of a
They
disappointment.
spent too much time going from place to place to place to place. You didn't really have a lot of time to focus on what. There wasn't enough time with the characters. Like
I
it
did
was
like.
just Spider-Man randomly running around doing random
I liked
things.
That was the
Peter's
good
arc in
thing
that
about
movie-
the first one is it
I
was
like-
just like Peter Parker being goofy
Yeah.
and Ned being cool and
I like-
weird.
I think Peter Parker had a good arc in that movie, and I think the villain was just as strong.
The villain, they had to like force the villain really hard. in Far
Yeah,
From
the
Home.
villain in the first one was so much better.
It
than the
was.
second
It
one.
was
I think-
really good.
I think
It
they're-
made so much sense.
I think they're both really good. I just think they're good for different reasons.
Yeah, I think the villain in Spider-Man Far From Home is like the concept for that villain would have made more sense in another movie, like in an Ant-Man or something, where it's a little bit because the concept of a person sort of taking on the role of a superhero to make like for monetary gain.
Well, think in
Are
the
we
first
recording
one.
the audio, by the way?
Yeah. It's recording.
Think about the first one though. It was like his lady pal's like dad. It was
Yeah, like that twist, like that villain was just a better villain. Like he was just a more
villainy villain.
he was just a more villainous villain. Like it wasn't just a guy being like, I'm gonna make a CGI
I really
monster
like that movie.
attack a bridge.
I like his costume and his.
Yeah, no,
His costume was fine.
Yeah, no, his
in Far
costume was
From
like
Home, I think-
perfect.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
His costume
he
was
looked
like,
cool.
it was just the right amount of
Also,
comic book
I like
without making it
how
look too stupid.
it's not just an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, that would have been really lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Okay.
next?
So next, Tenet.
Oh yeah,
The
Tenet.
movie
our
we
weekly
still
Tenet.
haven't seen but keep talking about is at 250 million globally. It's doing.
What was
doing
its
well
budget though? Its budget was probably
$200 million.
Oh,
It's gonna
Really?
flop. It's
It's
not gonna make its money back. But I don't think
it
that.
might.
I don't really think that's the movie's fault.
Yeah.
It's not.
I mean, it's because pandemic.
The,
obviously.
so it's doing fairly well overseas. It's a problem that it's doing terrible in the U.S.
Yeah.
I think that's still because like 70 to 80% of the country.
Well,
is
there's
still
two big
speaking
reasons
English.
why it's not. Well, people aren't going to see it. One, pandemic. Two, it's a Christopher Nolan movie and no one knows what the heck it's about.
Yes, true. That
Oh yeah, the trailers don't explain the concept
Yeah.
well.
and then in California and New York are still not. They
They're the
still don't have,
biggest
and they're the
markets.
biggest markets. Because like people in Arkansas don't care. They're not gonna go to see
I mean,
Tenet.
if we wanted to see Tenet, we would have just gone to see Tenet.
Yeah.
But we didn't really.
We would have
care.
just don't care.
We
Yeah.
just don't care that much. Also, movie tickets are.
We cared more about freaking
New Mutants.
Bill and
New
Ted
Mutants.
3.
and Bill
New
and Ted
Mutants.
3. So, if you saw Tenet, good for you. If you haven't, good for you as
Oh
well.
well.
And Christopher Nolan, I'm sorry, buddy, but sometimes you just gotta stop.
Just don't.
Just don't.
I mean, he doesn't care. He got paid.
They're
Yeah.
gonna let him make whatever he wants till the end of time. He has absolutely. He made The Dark Knight. He's free to do whatever the crap he wants. He can ride that for like 30 more years.
It's like I made the Batman movies people like.
Christopher, you can't make a movie about a plastic bag. I made The Dark Knight. Fine, here's $150 million. So
Maybe he should just quit,
no, he's not.
or maybe just produce things.
He produced it. He's an executive producer on all the DCEU movies still.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, he's not involved. He's just like, just put my name on it. It's fine.
If my name's on it, maybe people will go.
He
watch.
was heavily involved in Man of Steel, and then after that, it was all Zack Snyder.
Well,
That's why Man of
was
Steel
not
is-
very good.
It's better than BVS.
That is very true.
That's why it's better than BVS.
But he's still like weird Superman. It didn't feel
well,
like.
he didn't direct or write it. He was only a producer.
Oh, so Zack Snyder was like, act weird, act not like Superman.
Be Superman, but if he was the opposite.
Can we
of
add
Superman.
more dead people? I said
Can we
more.
kill more cities? Can we add a second city and blow that one up too?
Put
Can-
Lex
can-
Luthor on an island.
Can Metropolis have an underground Metropolis
That
he can
also blows
blow
up.
He'll be like,
All right, what's next? Lego
So
Batwing set?
Lego did a 1989 like super collector's edition Batmobile a few months ago, and now they're doing one for the Batwing.
those
Great.
are cool.
They do look cool, but Legos are
They cost
expensive.
a lot. Yeah, why are Legos so expensive?
The
I don't know.
plastic
They're not hard
takes
to
so
make.
much money to pay for.
No, it's just because it's the Lego brand.
Yeah,
Yeah, and toy sales are down, so
I
they
would
have to
buy the
make more
NES if
each.
it wasn't like $300.
I would buy
Well,
most of the Lego sets if they weren't like
The thing about the
$50
Lego,
plus.
like especially these Lego
all
sets.
the decent ones are like more than $50.
All the like adult, like
Yeah.
branded ones
Well,
are
the
probably
problem with
crazy.
those
like the
kind of
Star Wars ones.
The problem with those
Yeah.
kind of ones is like you buy that so you can put it on a shelf.
Honestly-
You don't play with it.
Honestly, it's
So,
mostly
like-
licensing.
Yeah,
It's the
no,
problem.
it's not licensing. It's that because no one buys toys anymore,
People
they're
still
having-
buy Legos though.
not as much.
No, Lego is one of the only toy brands that.
I mean,
actually
it's
still
not
does well.
unprofitable.
People
It's
who
just like
want
toy
to
sales are
make
down.
Lego sets and like
And
put them
the,
on their
like, the
shelves.
production cost for Legos is so cheap. Like, how much do you think
Yeah.
it costs to make a Lego block?
Absolutely.
They
not.
probably paid Lego to make the Lego.
It probably
blocks.
costs more to sort them into the sets. Than
Yeah,
it
it does to make them. Well, no, not even because they have a robot.
They
that
have
just sorts
robots
it all
do
for
it
them.
now. It's all automated.
They
the
don't
whole
have to do
factory.
anything.
I think Lego's trying to like transition. I think Lego is like there's so many like Lego ripoffs like Mega Blocks and stuff.
But Mega Bloks.
Those don't sell. Those have never sold.
I know, but I think Lego's like we're the luxury product.
We're the luxury.
We're that
luxury
Apple-
block building brand.
We're the Apple of toys.
We're
like,
the Apple of plastic bricks.
But not even because like you can take a Mega Block set and put it together with some Legos and you won't be able to tell which one's a Lego and which one's a Mega Block.
but one has the little Legos on the.
It says Lego on the studs.
Yeah. So so Joel Kinnaman who plays. We're moving on. We're not talking about Legos anymore. But Joel Kinnaman who plays Rick Flag in the Suicide Squad.
Rick
he's-
Flag.
He's the military
Wait,
sergeant man.
Oh.
You said Suicide.
What are we? Some kind
The
of
squ-
suicide
Suicide
squad?
Rated R was the last one.
So
rated
he
R?
teased at it being the new one being rated R,
like Deadpool.
like Deadpool. Everything has to be Deadpool. It must be
Make
Deadpool.
Guardians of the Galaxy, but
So,
also Deadpool.
I think this. An R-rating,
Deadpool meeting the Guardians of the Galaxy would be like
That would actually
weird.
be pretty
That'd be
funny.
fun.
I'd watch that movie.
I watched that movie. Yeah, but I lost my train of thought. Hang on a second. So
He said it was rated R.
I think Suicide Squad like fits in our rating better than a lot of the other comic.
Do you
book
think
movies are.
the new one is going to be any good?
The new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be better than the first one.
Well,
I
that's
don't know.
because they got the good
James
boy.
Gunn's doing it. I think, and also they're going like they're going wacky, like all
That's
out
James
wacky.
Gunn's specialty.
Yeah.
So like the first one tried to be like all serious and dramatic.
But at the same time, all the characters were just like goofy.
One of the guys' thing was he just grapple hooked things.
Yeah, like all the characters were like lol, so random, Crocodile Man.
and then they.
Whoa,
and then,
look, Harley Quinn have bat and be sexy. That's joke.
that's funny.
And then they make a whole movie about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the thing I was like kind of interested in is that Birds of Prey was a flop, right?
Yeah.
I think most of that was because it was rated R, because like the only people that were gonna go see it were comic book fans and comic book fans who like can't bring their kids. Like the reason the Marvel movies make so much money is because you can bring the whole family, because it's just a big cartoon. Like it's PG-13, but that's for like sci-fi action and violence.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that just means lasers.
Laser explode building.
So I don't think it'll make as much money as like a lot of other big comic book movies will because of the R rating. I think it'll probably make as much as like Deadpool 2 did, where it's like 700 million,
right? Or maybe like a Logan.
depending on the quality of it. Because if it's like mediocre, I think it'll like make like
Well, and if it's cartoony enough, the R rating won't really matter.
yeah, that's
People
true.
will just go watch it anyways. Like that's what happened with the first Deadpool. Is like it was R rated, but people.
Well,
just
yeah, and
wouldn't go
then
see
parents complained that they took their kids to see it, and I was
Like,
like
I took my kid to see this R rated movie. And
Dead
there was
is in
violence.
his name.
There was naked lady in the R rated movie. It's like that's
Did
why
you
we rated it R.
did you leave the
We
theater?
rated it R so you would know that.
Did you leave the theater? No, I let my kids watch the whole thing.
No, but if Suicide Squad 2 is rated R, there's definitely going to be a topless scene with Harley Quinn, and that's going to be the only reason it's rated R.
Oh no, it's gonna have explosions, like a lot of like the.
Well,
ki-
that
No,
would
no.
just be PG-13.
no. They said that like this time, like because all the characters are so like minute and obscure that they're all fair game in terms of exploding.
Yeah, you can just
And
kill
like
any
when
of
they
them.
explode, they will explode like graphically on
So
camera.
it'll be like The Boys, but
Yeah.
with Harley Quinn in it.
Yeah, she's.
Can't wait for that.
Woo! So the Batman film is back in the news this week because they resumed filming.
They're back and bolder than ever.
They were going to like 2 weeks ago. Then Robert Pattinson got COVID, so they had to shut back down, and now they're back.
I guess he's all right now.
He's all right now. Turns out being very young and fit is a good cure.
Might help you recover faster.
So wait, he's just fine now.
He's just fine.
That
So now
sounds
they're
like
just
most
back.
people who get COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good for them. Maybe they can finally get that movie to come out at some
Is
point.
Tom Hanks fine? Didn't
Tom
he
Hanks
get
is
COVID
fine.
a while
He got
back?
it, like,
he got it
7
like
months ago.
months ago.
He got it when it first happened.
Yeah.
I got yeah.
But he's a millionaire, so we could pay for like $1 million.
He's like, I can get all the medicine. Give me all of it. Don't give any to anyone else.
Hi, it's me, Tom Hanks.
It's me.
So there was a rumor. Patrick is out of it at this point. So there was rumors that Henry Cavill has signed a deal to do 3 more DCEU movies. So
But he better be different than.
oh yeah, he's gonna be bright and happy now.
I want to
They're
see.
gonna be
Okay, remember Superman from like the
realize-
first 2 minutes of Justice League, where it's the iPhone camera and Superman's like happy and like
Oh,
talking
yeah.
to the kids. I want to see that Superman for the whole.
That was
movie.
good. That was
I think it'll be Superman towards the end of that movie where he's like that.
Yeah.
At the very start of Justice League, he seems like he doesn't want to talk to those kids.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh god, I gotta do
I hate
another
children.
picture.
I hate children and facial hair.
No, I bet they'll fix him.
Yeah, they need.
Yeah,
to
he's not gonna have a mustache.
He'll turn out like how Thor became.
Yeah, I think that's the direction they're gonna go. I think if they do a Man of Steel 2, I don't think they'll call it Man of Steel.
I think they'll call
Superman.
it Superman.
Yeah.
I think they'll just call
Because
it.
I think he's done being the Man of Steel. Because
Yeah.
in Man of Steel, he was actually a Man of Steel
And I
and had
think-
no emotion.
I
now
think
he
they'll
is
brighten up his costume, and I
Man,
think they'll
like
have
they
him
did at
fight.
the end of Justice League.
And I think they'll have him fight Brainiac.
No, I thought Brainiac was the villain for Shazam.
Oh.
Or is that the Brain? No, remember at the end of Shazam.
You mean
in
the
post-credit
worm?
Scene.
But he's controlled by
Who
the
even
brain.
was the villain in Shazam?
No,
it was
he's
like
not.
The
the
Seven
weird-
Deadly Sins, but it was like
He's
a really
not related to
gross
Brainiac.
knockoff
That
version.
character's not related to Brainiac.
No, but the worm was that's one of
Shazam
Brainiac's,
was
like,
really,
it's
really-
not Brainiac, the space head guy.
Shazam
the
was
brain.
Shaz-
Remember the character that's like an R2D2 with a brain?
Oh yes, I know who you're talking about. The brain.
the brain.
No,
He's
they're not really.
just a brain
No,
and
but,
like a Dalek.
Like
can.
Superman only has like 3 big villains, and they've
Yeah.
already done 2 of them.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have to do Brainiac.
Well, he has lots of villains. Just
They're
they
not-
only use those
well-
2 villains.
Well, no, he has villains. It's just like none of them are big enough to be the main villain of a movie.
Brainiac could totally have been the main villain of
I'm-
any
I'm-
Superman
No,
movie.
I'm saying like the only ones that can are Brainiac, Darkseid, Lex Luthor, and
They
Zod.
just use Lex Luthor every time.
So they're either gonna do Lex Luthor again.
What about
But they're
Nuclear
not
Man?
gonna do that. And they're gonna do Brainiac. They're definitely gonna do Brainiac. And like he has other villains like Livewire. You think they're gonna do?
The
Wait,
Zap.
were these all people? Those were all in the CW Flash show. Livewire was in,
In Supergirl?
no, in Flash.
No, they were in Supergirl.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't
And
care.
I guess they'll be in the Superman TV series as well.
Yeah, whenever that happens.
That needs to not exist.
It's just gonna be
It's already
it's just
existing,
gonna
I'm
be
sorry.
Smallville, but Superman's doing things.
No,
Is it the
this
act-
one's about Lois Lane and how she's facing systemic sexism in the daily
Wasn't
planet.
that what the whole beginning of Supergirl was about?
Yup.
Even though the newspaper was owned and operated by
By
a
a
female
woman.
CEO.
And she got a ton of promotions.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm excited. Woo!
Yay! Alright, what's next?
You guys got tech news and then we're done.
Why did you put the Pedro Pascal thing in again? In the
Oh,
rumor
Patrick
thing?
and the insert.
I added.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I added it in the place where it is relevant.
Alright, tech news.
I put it in rumor time, our new section.
So we have a new section.
Our
called
new
Rumor
segment,
Time?
rumor time.
Alright, tech stuff. We had the big Apple event.
If you want to call it big.
The medium-sized.
They
Apple
hyped it
event.
up so much.
They
and
hyped
I
it up
was
for like 2
so
weeks,
disappointed.
and it was like
Hour
2
long
announcements.
Like, you can't hype it up like that and not announce the new iPhone.
Especially in September,
Yeah.
the month where every single other iPhone ever has been
They
announced.
should have put on their website. This is gonna be a small one, guys.
Don't get too excited, boys. This
I think
this isn't worth it.
That's like if they came out on stage, showed a rectangular device, and then they played an animation of it shrinking and went, "We're doing a new
It's an
iPod
iPod
Nano!" That was
the iPod Nano 6.
Yay! Did you see they did a new iPod though?
When?
What?
They did
I
a new
thought they stopped
iPod.
producing those.
No, they're doing another one. It's,
No, they're
it's
not.
the same design as the old one. They just
What?
put a new chip in it.
No.
Yeah, the iPod.
When was
Touch.
that announced?
It
This
was.
There's not even an iPod section on the
Yeah, iPod Touch, $200 on
Where?
Apple.com.
Fun at full
Where?
speed.
The new iPod
$200.
Touch.
That's not
Where
bad.
is it though?
It's just go to the it's got
You
the,
have to search for it.
It's got
not...
the A10 chip.
What? That's
Yeah.
from like
That's
the
not
iPhone.
even new.
That's like the iPhone.
I know
what-
it's an
what phone is that?
iPod though. It's an only $200.
Where
That's
is
the,
it?
It's
that's
just
not-
go to
yeah,
the
that's
Apple
7.
website.
That's the iPhone 7.
It
chip.
has the exact same design.
Yeah,
It's
again,
just an
it's the same
iPhone
design.
7 without.
It's just got a new
It's
chip.
just. It's literally just an iPhone 7 with a random black bar on the back.
Why
end
is
for
this
some reason.
not
That's the
canceled
Wi-Fi.
for like permanently, forever?
I don't know.
Gone. It's got a 4-inch display.
No, I could have sworn I saw somewhere that they had ceased production of iPods.
Yeah, they did a few years ago,
They
and then they did
did.
a new one.
Look, it's 2 times faster than the old iPod.
Whoa.
I can
3
play
times-
my songs at double speed.
It supports AR games now.
Oh,
Wow.
goody.
3
Apple
times
Arcade.
better graphics. 4-inch Retina display.
Oh baby, that
iOS
4-inch display.
iOS 13 is the
13.
world's most advanced mobile operating
Not anymore,
system.
No,
because
14 came out. They
Why?
haven't even updated,
They haven't even updated the website.
They really don't care about this.
They've literally. I think they just forgot. I literally think they just forgot.
When
I'm
did they
pretty
do
su-
this?
It supports the new AirPods.
Wait, when was it announced?
Oh, it came out a few months ago, I think.
Oh, but nobody knew?
Yeah, no. Wait, it was an iPod.
It's $200. You can get an iPhone 7 for $50. Why would you buy this for $200?
Patrick, 'cause you need a dedicated music player that functions exactly
What
like
does the
phone but works.
what the iPhone 7? What's the processor in it?
It came out May 28th of last year.
Oh, the new iPod?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I told you it's not new. It's
Okay,
just
same
semi-recent.
processor as iPhone 7.
Yeah.
So it probably runs iOS.
It's
13
just
worse
an
than-
iPhone 7 with no cellular connection.
No, it
And
can
a smaller
have
screen.
cellular.
And is it smaller?
It's
yeah,
a 4
it's
inch
4
screen.
inches.
Oh yeah.
The iPhone 7 is like 4.7 or something.
Yeah, that one's slightly bigger.
So what even? Because even the iPhone
Yeah.
6 and the 7 were the exact same size.
Yeah.
So it's like a size that like
No, it's like
doesn't make
No.
any
So
sense.
it's like the size of the iPhone 5
If you
screen.
had-
It's just thinner, and
For
then in the iPhone 6
$200,
shell.
For $200, this makes no sense when you can get an iPhone 7 for $50.
Well, why would you buy an iPod?
Why would you buy an iPhone 7 in 2020?
Why
For
would
like
you
a
buy a thing
kid.
that's for?
You would only buy this for a kid.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that's what I think it's for. That's who buys iPods.
But nobody's gonna.
But
spend
even then, for a kid, it doesn't make sense
$200.
because you can't like. There's no cellular connection. You can't call your kid.
Yeah,
and
that's
text
the
them or
point.
anything.
It's like it's just like
You
a thing
can
to play games.
FaceTime.
It's like a thing to FaceTime, play games on, and.
But the reason why parents get phones for kids is so that they like if they go to a friend's house. Or
Look,
something, they can call them.
they're
Well, that
straight
they
up
don't have to pay
marketing it for kids. Look at the people they have
Yeah.
on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Well, like also so the parents don't have to pay attention to their children.
Yeah. Well,
To get them
no,
an iPad.
but yeah, get an iPad. An iPad.
you can get them the
No, but
$200 iPad.
But this is
Yeah.
$200.
the iPad 8th generation is like $250 or something.
Yeah, just get them.
And it has the same processor as this iPad.
But they might break it. This thing is in a colorful plastic.
They
No,
could
you
break
get 'em-
that.
you
No, it's not
have you
plastic. That one's metal.
Have you seen those
It
like
is?
Yeah,
giant?
that's the one that Andrew used to have before he had a phone.
Have you seen those giant like foam iPad cases that they get for kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, just give them one of those.
My old school used to have iPads and they were gross. They left
All
the
Saints had iPads?
Yeah, they did. They used them for preschoolers and they left the cases on for like 5 years and they collected so much gunk.
That's disgusting.
They were like stuck to the. We had to like scrape it off.
Nice.
Anyways,
And then we
to the
just
stuff
put it back in the
Apple's actually announced. Apple Watch Series 6, which has the new blood oximetry rate measurer thing, which I guess could be cool for people who
Measure the toxicity of
wanna
your
use that.
blood.
No, it's the oxygen, the amount of oxygen in your blood.
I guess that's for the people who live in California and everything's on fire.
They also announced the Apple Watch SE, which is basically just a Series 5, but without the whatever the EKG thing is.
Yeah, but so it's like what most people are gonna buy.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking about getting.
I
want
to get one of those too.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
Is
an
that
upgrade.
that's the first?
This is a
gen, right?
Series.
that's the
3.
Series 3.
So an upgrade for the Series 3 would be like it makes sense.
That,
just
that
get
one
the
has the
SE.
red button, the little red thing.
No, because
No,
I didn't
only
get the
the cellular
cellular
one
one.
had that.
I didn't
So
think
when
of it.
the Apple Watch Series 4 came out, they put a new screen on it that's like it was like
Bigger.
20% bigger. It just looks a lot better. It actually makes sense.
Bigger screen for your watch.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they're still selling the Series 3. They should have
Yeah,
released.
they're still selling Series 3 on the website for like $170 or something.
They should have just released the SE at Series 3 price.
Oh, no, what they should have done, because you know how they were selling the Series 5 and the Series 3,
Yeah.
and they weren't selling the Series 4? Just replace the Series 3 with the
So the
Series 4,
Series-
take the 5
They got
off.
rid of the whole production.
So the
line for
series,
They just upgraded it for Series 5.
Yeah.
The Series 6 is it's gonna be $400.
Which is
That's
The-
not too
that's
bad.
too much
That-
for the because all that you get that makes like the only difference
Well, but
are the
it-
sensors.
If you're not upgrading from a 4 or 5, like if you're upgrading from a 3 or from a 2, then that would make sense.
So
But
and
still,
then
like you only would get that instead of the SE if you wanted the extra sensors.
Yeah.
Which I don't really
Which
care.
nobody...
yeah, so
unless
they,
no, if you're like an elderly person and you
It's
have
still-
some like, health
it's
issues,
still-
that makes
if
sense.
you're an elderly person, you're not gonna
It's-
get an Apple
It's
Watch.
still
a lot of
gonna.
them do.
It's still gonna
because
do.
it has the EKG, which
yeah.
makes it easier to take.
It's
care of.
still
What's the
gonna
EKG?
do sleep
It
tracking.
measures like irregularities in your heart.
But
I
it's
guess
not.
that's pretty.
Is it medical grade?
I don't know
Probably
if it's
not.
medical grade, but it's like it has actually saved a couple people's
Yeah.
lives. So
Well,
it's good. It's good enough.
But
So
for
I-
the really the only difference is like the extra sensors. It's still gonna the SE is still gonna do sleep tracking and all the like
Okay,
cool
so
stuff.
the SE is gonna be $280, and it's so okay.
Just get
So the
SE.
Series 6 has an always-on Retina display. The SE
Nobody
has
needs-
Most
has-
people just turn those off because they
Yeah.
drain battery.
the SE has just a normal Retina display, and then the only other thing that's different between the two is the Series 6 has the blood oxygen app
no, the
and,
processors too.
and the ECG app.
The
and then I
SES
guess
has the
the
Series
processor.
5 processor, which is still fine for.
You're not gonna notice a difference unless. Yeah, I really don't. Think
I don't even
any
notice
will.
things loading slow on the Series 3.
Yeah.
and
So
then
you're
the
not gonna
Series
notice.
3 is still $200.
And
So the SE is only $80.
which is good for the Series 3 because it's still running the latest software,
Yeah, but like
and it's gonna probably for next.
no one's gonna buy
2 or
a
3
Series
years. I mean, there are gonna be people who buy it just because it's the cheapest Apple.
3. Oh yeah, I guess so. But
But you could get a used Series 3 for like way less.
you can get used everything for way less.
I don't know why they're still selling new ones.
So along with that, there was a new iPad.
Yeah, new iPad Air 4. It's
which actually looks really good. I would want one of those.
Yeah, it basically looks like an iPad Pro, but it has a way worse camera. It doesn't have the.
It looks like the 2018 iPad.
Woo, way worse
Well,
camera.
it doesn't have the 120 hertz display.
Who's taking iPad?
It only has 2 speakers
Kids.
instead of 4. I don't know if it has a headphone jack or not.
Probably not.
And it does have USB-C, so that's pretty cool. And it works
That's
with the Magic Keyboard, so that's also pretty cool.
And the newer Apple Pencil, the
Yeah,
one that
and the
you can
Apple
just
Pencil
stick to the
Series 2.
side.
So
The one that actually is good and not awful.
along with all this, Apple has services, more monthly services to pay for.
Fitness Plus.
Yeah,
which is
On top of
Which
your
makes
Apple News Plus and your Apple TV Plus.
nobody's getting the Apple News Plus. Nobody's getting the TV Plus. Just get the Fitness
Nobody's
Plus.
getting an Apple Arcade.
Hey, Apple TV
Here.
Plus has a new Bill Murray film.
No, you know what's way cheaper?
Great.
You just get the just get some iCloud storage and get Apple Music if you don't already have Spotify.
Well, how much does
Spotify's
the,
only like $3.
No, it's $10
no,
a
for
month.
students it's like
For students it's
Say
5.
five.
For everyone else it's like 10.
their Apple Music and
No,
Spotify.
for students it's 7.
Apple Music and Spotify are priced exactly the same, except if you're a
Yeah.
student and you get Spotify, you also get what is it?
Hulu, yeah, you get Hulu for free.
Which doesn't make
Yeah,
sense because
Hulu.
Apple has Hulu, right?
Try one.
Wait, what is Apple?
$10 a
No,
month.
Apple.
Oh no, Disney.
Apple
has
doesn't
Hulu.
give you anything.
Disney has.
Yeah, Apple doesn't give you anything.
Yeah.
So you get
with with the Apple One thing, you can bundle stuff together, and I think let me check the.
But it's
pricing.
like pre-done bundles, so if you want.
yeah, I'm guessing there's gonna be a bundle for all of them.
No, there is. It's the premium plan. Let me
You
check
can't
the
pick and
pricing
choose
on
what
it.
you want.
Oh, so
So,
you get 3 months free
for-
of Fitness Plus when you buy an Apple Watch.
So for the individual plan, it's $15 a month. You get music, TV Plus, arcade, and 50 gigs of iCloud. Now, if you compare that to
music by itself is like $10.
is 10. Now, yeah, if you compare that to like Spotify, that's a pretty good deal because you're getting. I mean, TV Plus doesn't really
But
have much
Hulu's
on it.
more valuable than.
That's true, but you're also getting 50 gigs of iCloud storage and arcade.
But you could buy just Apple Music and just more iCloud storage than the 50 gigs for cheaper.
How much is the iCloud storage?
It's not very expensive.
How much?
For the family plan, you can share up to 5 people, and you get music, TV Plus, arcade, and 200 gigs of iCloud.
I think.
So I mean, 20 divided by 5, what's that, like $4 a month? If you want to share, if you want to buddy up with some friends and split that, that's super cheap. You could. I mean, the music alone makes that worth it.
Or you could just not do that.
And then there's the Premier plan, which is $30 a month.
Yeah,
You can
so-
share
So
with
what
5
is
people.
wait? So what does Apple
I have-
Fitness Plus do?
I have 2 terabytes of
It's
iCloud
like Peloton,
storage.
but instead of with a bike, it's with your watch.
No, it with the Apple TV too.
Well, but you can run it through an iPad, a phone, or an Apple TV, but it syncs with your watch, and you can see your stats on the leaderboard with everyone else who's doing the workout with you.
Did we ever turn the cameras on?
Yeah, I turn them on.
iCloud for 2 terabytes of iCloud storage, it's $10 a month. Which who's gonna use 2 terabytes? So get the 200
What
gigabytes.
are you storing
Yeah.
on there?
200 gigabytes is $3.
Yeah.
So if you get that in Apple Music, it's 13.
Well, but if you get the family plan and divide it with 5 friends, that's like $5 a month. You're getting music, TV, arcade, and iCloud.
yeah,
That's I think the only lucrative method for doing that. I think.
or
Other
just only get music.
Yeah. How much is the family music plan?
15,
15. Yeah. Then why would you? Yeah. Why would you get that?
or I think that's what it is.
Let me check. Because if that's the case, then yeah, why would anyone get just the music plan?
How much does the Apple credit card cost?
Pretty sure you just sign up for it.
Apple Music family subscription is.
So it is, yeah, 15 for the family plan. For students, it's 5. For family, it's 15. So, yeah, Apple One's definitely a better deal if you have like some friends that you're sharing it with,
Just be a student.
or you could be a student and pay
Just
$5.
enroll in a school somewhere.
Or don't, 'cause, like when you're buying, if you're buying stuff.
What does
from,
it make you sign up for when you do a student plan?
It
Is
makes you.
like
It
you
makes you
wanna
go
be-
through this software, this website that it's like called Unidays, and it verifies if you're.
No, but when I bought, because I bought this iPad from the Apple for Education thing, and like
They
you
don't
literally-
check.
You don't have to. do
The
anything.
only thing they
You
check
just have to check a box that says I'm using it for school. That's it.
But for Apple Music, they actually check.
Yeah.
Dang it. I'll just steal music from them.
Just have Sam.
I'll use
sign up.
LimeWire.
Just
just use
Spotify.
what's
Spotify
the one
also
from the
uses-
90s? Napster.
Yeah.
Spotify also uses Unidays to check, so no matter which you use, if you're
Yeah.
not a college student, they'll know.
Yeah.
I tried to sign up with my school email because it puts my high school on there, but
I think you have to be a college
it
student.
won't receive.
Yeah.
My school email won't receive out of district
No,
emails.
that's dumb. Yeah, I think you have to be a college student for the student things, though.
You have to have an email that can actually receive emails.
I think you just have to have a college student ID.
All right.
Or be a teacher.
Well, that's pretty
about
much
it
it
for
for
this
today.
week.
Good job,
Thanks
team.
as always for watching to the end. None of you that do.
Wait, do we know that for a fact? That
Yeah,
no-
let's check our analytics. real
Which
quick.
ones are actually
Let's just
watching.
bippity boop on bop to our analytics.
If
and
you
see
guys don't watch
what
to
our
the end,
retention rate is.
if you guys don't watch to the end, we will personally show up to your house and cover it with eggs.
Yeah. Average view duration is 6 minutes. Oh, no, 6 hours. Oh, wait, what?
Wait,
Is this okay? We have
6
13. We have 13 total view hours.
let's just go to.
So look at the most recent one.
What's,
Let's
the
just
first one has
find
the most views, so I'm gonna look at that one.
Yeah.
It's 5.3 watch
It's
time.
10.7%. So
Make it to the end.
most people watch 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Watch the clips, y'all. If you're not gonna watch,
If
the
you're
whole
not gonna
podcast,
watch
just
the whole thing,
clips.
watch the clips. Patrick put this as the opening line.
There are people that watch to the end though.
It's
There are
probably
some.
just me.
Do you watch the whole thing?
Yeah, I just put it
Why?
on and then I forget to turn it off.
That's our business.
That's our business plan.
Bye-bye.
It's a blank CBS.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye, everybody.
See you next week.
This one was way shorter than the last one.
No, it
which was
wasn't.
2
This was like 2 hours.
It was.
The first one was 49 minutes. The next section.
No.
The first one was 47. This one's 51.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.